All right, welcome everybody to the Oracle of War, presented to you by Unplugged Games. I am Johnny Guts Dice. I am your Dungeon Master tonight. With us, we have our Unplugged Games crew. Once I see them all unmute their microphones, it'll be awesome.
I'm here. I'm with them large.
Guys, I'm watching them on our Discord, and I've just seen all the muted microphones still. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right, guys. Well, again, quick introduction as we go here. Again, I'm Johnny Guts Dice. I will be your Dungeon Master. Let's see. I'm a professional Dungeon Master. This is what I do. I semi-retired from my corporate suit and tie job last year. Founded Unplugged Games, where we have just a great group of folks that like to, tell stories together. And with us tonight, we have 5 of our players who are fantastic folks, and give them a chance to introduce themselves in just a moment. Guys, the music that you're hearing in the background is brought to you by our friends over at Sirenscape. This is streamed to all of our players during all of our games, and to those of you watched at home, or watching now, or anytime, you'll be able to hear this great music that we hear in the background, with some fun sound effects thrown in when interesting things happen. But with that, guys, I'd like to introduce our cast. So let's start with Amarak.
Hi, I'm Matt. Relatively new to D&D, new to Unplugged Games, a little bit now obsessed with all. And I'm bringing to you Amarak, the refugee of Sire who was displaced after the Day of Mourning when his nation was destroyed by the mysterious arcane energies that essentially ended the war. The magics of the world that left Amarak scarred kind of just turned into a shifter. And he is a cleric of the Forge domain, who's been living amongst the cities of Breland, trying to just kind of make a living for himself, trying to survive, always with his trusty fancy coat and really shiny chainmail armor, and until he got a call from Callie in Salvation, where he made his next trek, and is now wandering through the morning with this crazy group of adventurers.
Outstanding. And Bartleby.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sammy. I'm a happy house dad, father of 2. My wife works for Microsoft, so I let her do that. She's one of those go-get-'em types. So I tend the home field. That's my domain. And in that, I've been able to assist Johnny with everything he's been doing here at Unplugged Games, and helping him get games going and helping him find awesome people to hang out with. Today, I'll be bringing to you Bartleby. He is a warforged fighter. Not a whole lot to say about him. One of hundreds, right? Everybody had a warforged back in the day in Sire. There were ranks of these fellas. He was just one more, found in a hole by the Fiddle Gadget clan. They put him back together and restored what they could, but couldn't fix his memory. So that's his thing. He's attached to the Fiddle Gadget clan. He hangs out with Winifred's his best pal. She takes good care of him, puts him back together when he falls apart. And they work at the museum in Sharn, and they got a missive from Callie saying there was good opportunity for scrappers out here in the Mournland, so here they are.
Outstanding. And Corvid19. Oh, you're so muted. That headset would be helpful.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Anyways, I'm Ryan. I'm one of the said awesome people that Sammy introduced. And I play Corvid19, a Kenku cleric of the grave who serves not one but 2 gods. He can only speak things that he's heard in the past. So when he talks, it's because it's something someone said to him before, whether it was one of his companions, an insult someone gave to him years ago, or something he just picked up walking around. His favorite quotes tend to be of the godly variety because he is a cleric. But otherwise, you'll hear him quiet until he is repeating something someone said.
And Noelia.
Hi, I'm Cam, and I was part of one of the first games that Unplugged Games started way back when. I guess it wasn't that long
It's
ago.
like 8
Oh,
months
yeah?
ago, 8 or 9 months ago. But that's
8 months, something like
who's
that. But
counting.
I feel like I've lived a million lives since then. So I play Noelia, the Kalistar Fountain, and she's a war orphan who's never really known her family or who they were. She's basically been abandoned by everyone who's around her and has found her way to salvation because of Callie, someone she's had a crush on for quite a while since she was a little girl. Well, maybe not so little, but she is just trying to make ends meet, and she only listens to the voices in her head some of the time.
Not all the time, because that would be weird.
Not all the time. Not all the time. No, when it comes to Callie, she tends to go against what Blue says. She's also recently discovered butter. She does not like it. It does not feel great in your hair.
These are and it's great that we can learn these lessons together and we can grow from them during these troubling times. All right, and finally, Winnie.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Allie, also one of the OG players for Unplugged Games along with Cam. Now I run a game as well, a DM for Unplugged, and do whatever's needed of me to help our wonderful community grow. I play Winnie. She is a artificer halfling from the plains. Like Bartleby said, her and her father found him on a dig site with a big hole in his head, and unfortunately they were not able to restore his memory, but they've given him a personality of his own, and they are best friends and are traveling together and to help the museum out, and they Bartleby got information about how there were good prospects, but Callie told Winnie that they were half-sisters, which is a shock to Winnie, because I'm a halfling and Callie is a human. So, she not 100% believes that, but yeah, and Winnie really likes butter and likes to use it a lot.
Yeah, that was our soap opera moment. That was kind of fun. Casa tu me padre. Everyone was shocked to learn that Callie and Winnie were related. All right, guys, so that's our cast, and they're doing fantastic. We are adventuring in Eberron. Eberron is the campaign setting itself. Eberron has been at war for the last 100 years, and the last war ended about 2 years ago now. And when I say the last war ended, kinda. The last war ended, kinda. So on the day of mourning, the kingdom of Seer ceased to be and was replaced by a wailing wall of magical energy. When you pass into what is now known as the Mournland, or the Grey, which most of the salvage crews call it, it is screaming faces and sounds of explosion, and just a generally miserable place, as it would be. However, what has happened is that now that there are these things called salvage crews, and the salvage crews will venture into the Mournland to gather scrap, salvage from these magical times. And fortunes can be won and lost in a small town called Salvation on the border of the Mournland. These salvage crews, while the salvage that they get can be very profitable, at the same time it is very dangerous. To catch you up from where we were last episode, the crew itself had been in Salvation now for about a month, give or take, running small little odd jobs. And the salvage board, the life's blood of Salvation, where crews can go to look for work, a notice was posted that the Grey Dogs had gone missing in the Mournland and that they were looking for another salvage crew. to go either find, rescue, or whatever to save them. The party, as they were all connected to Callie Alren, who had sent all of them word to come to salvation, they all recognized that that was her crew. Thus, they took off without waiting. They rushed off headlong. It took a little bit of convincing for them.
There's some hesitation.
There was a little bit of hesitation there. I was trying to make you guys sound really heroic, but there was a little hesitation. But then moving through it, this was the deepest they had ever gone into the Mournland. And they had arrived inside a city, but it was called headed towards the Fireweave Bazaar, which was the last reported place that the Grey Dogs were supposed to be doing their salvage. They walked around, mostly a deserted mall. Gosh, I'm going to sound old real quick. I miss malls. I miss them.
Me too, buddy.
I love
Paolo.
talking to you all about Fireweave. That was my childhood, just walking around the mall, getting a pretzel. It's good times.
Mall rat for sure, my guy.
Back in my day, there were shopping malls. So again, but you guys found a couple of different stores. You found a shop with a bunch of miscellaneous garbage in there that a pseudo-dragon had claimed as his cave. You went into high fashion and found beautiful clothes that were all deteriorating. Moving through a hall of illusions where your reflections were trying to, I don't know, call it pitch you sale prices. Uh-oh, I think we lost Winnie. She'll be back in just a second.
She's back now.
She is back now.
And it shuffled all the cameras, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, actually, we're still good. We are still okay. I'm just in two places at once, which is really messing with people right now. Now I'm Winnie.
Are you winning?
I am now Winnie.
There she is.
It turned itself off. I don't know what happened.
This is what they all
I
say.
wasn't clicking anything.
This is what they all say.
I didn't touch anything.
John, it's technology. It hates everyone.
It is technology. It is technology.
I'm gonna keep my hands right here. I didn't touch anything.
Tem, that is what I'm talking about. You know what? We were going to play D&D. Now let's reminisce about how great malls were. They were just fantastic because that's again where everybody could go to and just have a great time. But no, I digress. I digress. All right, so you made it through the.
Great place to have a campaign go.
It was. And then as you moved around, you entered a courtyard area, a very large circular courtyard. And what you realize is you looked across to a message station, and behind some barricades, you saw Callie and one of her crew, another young halfling. And across the way, you did see warforged raiders who were in some type of standoff with these folks. Battle ensued, and some things happened. We had some folks kind of skirting around the corner to try to get over to Callie. Bartleby ran into the midst of the other warforged and was duly captured. And at the very end, Amarak standing outside discussing terms for negotiation as another large warforged came striding down the hallway that looked very similar to Bartleby. Amarak, being fairly smart, decided that this might not be where I want to be, and sprinted across the center of the mall and dove into the relative safety. And then we learned something weird about Bartleby, is that this warforged soldier recognized him and called him the name Samu. And referred to Bartleby's character as the right hand of God on the battlefield, and seemed angry and disgusted that such changes had been made to a once powerful warrior. And with that, and then the other thing I do like to talk about is only because it was one of my favorite moments of the entire game, as Noelia dove behind cover, acted very surprised to see Callie going, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing here? What a surprise! Hi!" It was just a very fantastic moment. So, well, guys, with that, hey, now you're all caught up. And with that, we rejoin our adventurers inside of the Fireweave Bazaar, trying to figure out what to do next. All right, so inside of the telegraph station, we have Amarak, Corvid, Noelia, and Winnie. Bartleby, you are in the shop called Musk. With roughly 6 warforged raiders and 1 warforged soldier. The one that he has been talking to. Do you remember the name I told you that it was?
I do.
What
he
is
told
it?
Me his name was Shear.
Shear, yes, as in cutting your hair with shears. All right, so Callie looks at Winnie, Noelia, Corvid, and Amarak that says, "Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Welcome! Thanks for coming for us."
We gotta get Bartleby back now.
What? Yes,
Like
definitely.
right now.
What?
Now.
Winnie, dear,
Use your brain, Winifred.
we are in a little bit of a standoff right now. So yes, I definitely want to fetch Sam Bartleby, but we have to be smart about this. While you were looking around, did you see the rest of the Grey Dogs anywhere?
Well, we saw one dude dead.
Jeez.
He was attacked by a rug? Right? It was a rug,
Oh,
right?
wait.
It was
That
a
was one of the Grey Dogs?
Who was it? Was it a human or a dwarf?
It was a
Human.
human guy, right, guys? It was a human?
Yes, he was human.
It was a human.
Oh dear. But there was no sign of Dervo.
Not that
I
we saw,
haven't-
no.
No. What? Didn't you guys have a warforged with you?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. There is also a warforged in here. His name is Sprocket, and Sprocket is covering the door right now. He is kind of again in his best Charlie's Angels pose.
Okay.
With his hand crossbow, because he doesn't have a gun. It's a hand crossbow.
Did they try to get him to join them too?
Yes, but Sprocket doesn't like anyone.
Oh, that's great.
He's got the right idea.
Sprocket looks over at you all and goes, "That's you included."
That's probably
The truth
fair.
is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth.
So, well, 3 days ago we were searching through the marketplace, and then we were attacked by these raiders. They came out of nowhere. We had sentries up and everything, and just they came out of nowhere. They got us pinned in this building. I believe they're waiting for reinforcements right now. We're at a bit of a stalemate. Last night, Dervo and Tandil made a break for the exit, but it looks like the Warford must have intercepted them. I think Dervo must still be alive. If you haven't found his body, he must still be alive. If we can hold them off, could you take a look for him really quick? Perhaps over at Bolts and Tumblers. I think if you can sneak out, if we lay down some cover arrows.
He's dead, Charles.
Look, what part of they have Bartleby wasn't very clear coming out of my mouth.
And in order to get Bartleby back, don't you think it makes sense to have all of the resources that we could, Winnie?
I think these guys don't really care what resources we have. Some kind of Lord of what did they say? Lord of the Blades was coming? That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, besides, we did just fine against them, just with us. I mean, I think we could take them.
We did just fine. They have Bartleby and they're using him as a human shield. Robot shield. You get the
yeah.
point.
Yeah, I was about to say Wolfwood Steel's not really human.
He is human on the inside.
Sure.
I don't mean to bother you,
Those new rocks.
but friends don't leave friends on the battlefield.
Right, what the bird said. He's right for once.
Well, I agree that we do want as many resources as possible. Winnie is correct in if they're waiting for, as you said, reinforcements, time is of the essence. We don't have a lot of it, I'm assuming.
Exactly. So, doesn't it make more sense to go find Dervo? Since there's not a lot of time, one extra set of hands during the battle could be the pivoting force.
I suppose we could try to make a track. It's where we don't know the layout of this place very well. I think Bartleby had the map, maybe.
Did you not have the map?
I thought Bartleby had it.
Bartleby had it. Yep, Bartleby has.
Bartleby's the cartographer for the group. God, just gonna put that out there. It's on my thing. I've got navigator's tools and Smith's tools. This is definitely my purview.
Well, yes. Callie looks at you all, and the other little halfling's just like, he's probably dead. Just saying.
Probably dead.
Right, so I
Perhaps
should
we
waste
might
time
fall
going to
in.
look for some dwarf when, I mean, the reinforcements could be here like in 5 minutes.
Right. And however, again, if you... The same gusto that you have in wanting to save Bartleby, does it make sense to you that I might have the same trying to rescue one of my crew?
Okay, then we'll lay down fire and you go find him.
Very good.
Oh, Corvid is trying to interject. He says, "Oh, perhaps we might parlay."
You
They'll-
want to try to negotiate with them?
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work very well. They didn't seem very perceptive.
The only person that they even deigned talk to was Sprocket, and he gave
Right.
them in Warforged.
I like Sprocket. What do they want? Like, do they want this area? Like,
I think
That-
they just want us dead.
Sprocket looks over. They want all of you dead.
what? Because we're got 2 legs and a heartbeat?
Probably.
Well, that's
Because we're the enemy, I suppose.
racist.
Well, I mean, we already know that Warforged are racist, so...
No, okay. Bartleby can't help whatever my dad put in his head.
So it's actually halflings that are racist, everyone.
Yes.
Maybe he was racist before all that. It sounds like he had a whole life.
Well,
Before-
he doesn't remember it, and
Well, he might remember more than you think.
no,
Because he
it was-
seemed pretty racist earlier to that goblin.
that's not how memory banks work. But I don't have time to explain the inner workings of a Warforged mind with you right now. We need to do something.
I do agree, something needs to be done. We just need to make a decision on what that is.
Okay.
But we need to get
I
Bartleby
have
back.
no spells. None.
I got lots.
I have 4 spells.
I have one.
I mean, I can throw fire, I can fix something that's broke, and I can clean stuff and make pretty lights.
So
that's
perhaps-
about it.
If Callie is, I don't know, a little bit more supplied, she might be the one to lay down the covering fire as suggested. And then we go find Dwarvo.
Dervo.
Warforged, what did you call it?
Yeah,
Dwarvo.
Dwarvo.
Now you're the racist against dwarves.
Dwarfy the dwarf.
Why do we have to go
Happy
find
the
the dwarf?
halfling.
Well, again, as you said, You are all in a better position because there are 4 of you, and we've been able to hold a position, but I don't know how we'll do out in the open.
Yeah, I got here out in the open just fine. I didn't go rush in and scream and draw a bunch of attention to myself.
Listen, Winnie, if you don't want to go, that's fine.
I got here just fine.
Johnny, Corvin's going to take a look around because I don't remember if you said if there was another way out of here. Out of this
No,
particular building.
there is no other way but the front door.
Mm.
But where Bolts and Tumblers is if you guys basically exit out of this thing and hook a left to get out of the courtyard. Bolts and Tumblers is if Sammy's showing you on the map. It's at the very end of the hallway, kind of away from danger.
You are here.
You are.
You need to go here.
Yes.
The bolts and tumblers.
Meta Robot tells us where to go.
Well, I mean, I'd wave it at you, but my arms are tied.
Fine, it will go get her dwarf friend.
We need all the help we can get, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just go. Because if
alright.
anything happens to Bartleby, well, let's just not even put that out there.
As the meta pigeon lands on the door, you're going to realize why I needed you guys to go. Meta pigeon goes, you might have the only way to save him. So yes, without much ado, while everyone is a little bit distracted, they're watching, and you guys are able to kind of jump over the little barricade and sneak around the corner without them even really noticing. Or one person says people are moving, but again, you random shot of an arrow. No big deal. You make your way down the tunnel, and the Manicore seal of House Kundarak identifies the owner of this store as a locksmith of excellent skill. Much of the store appears to have been ransacked. A large walk-in safe dominates the far wall, with a combination lock in its center. The corpse of a warforged, similar to the ones that you were fighting, lies just inside the store with an arrow lodged in its throat. Freshly spilled blood is pooled inside the store with a trail of blood drops leading to the safe door opposite.
Corvid turns to Winnie and says, I can unlock it in your voice, but he doesn't mean me because he nudges you forward a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
We could just fly our way through if you want.
Let's just let me look at this, okay? Let me see if I can crack this safe. What am I looking at here, Chief?
You're looking at a big ass safe. It's got a big combination dial in the center.
Alright, I'm assuming it's locked.
It is in fact locked.
Alright. Take out my thieves' tools.
Okay.
So it's just Dex plus my proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. No pressure anymore.
Amrak gonna put his hand on your shoulder real quick, like, Winnie?
Ah!
Hey, we got a parchment with some codes on it. I don't know if perhaps maybe they might be the combination.
I snatch it out of his hand. Try the number. Oh wait, no, you don't have it, do you?
I do.
Oh, you did. Give it. Give me that. Give me that.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna put the numbers in.
All right. So again, Winnie, the combination dial is 1 to 100, and you have the numbers on the little sheet of paper are 3, 9, 2, 3, 8.
Okay.
Roll me a check. Roll dice.
Okay.
Roll dice.
Add any number modifier you would like.
Let's.
Okay, I have a
roll
plus
dice.
20 to everything.
Yes, that's fair. All right, no, let's go ahead and roll a history check.
History check. Am I good at those?
I don't know. Are you good at those?
Oh, I am. I'm +6.
There you go.
Okay. 16.
There you go. You'll recognize this type of locking mechanism normally has 3 numbers. Starting clockwise, then back counterclockwise, and then clockwise to open the safe. You also know that after 3 wrong tries, a safety mechanism locks into place.
Okay. Great.
So,
No pressure, though.
what is the first number that you are going to try?
Wait. Oh, my God. I need to visualize this.
Yes, write these numbers down.
For a moment. Hang on. We'll use my good old Tarask notebook, because what could go wrong using that?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
It's almost the best decision you could have made.
Okay, what are the numbers again?
3,
3,
9er,
9er,
2,
2,
3,
3,
8.
8. Okay. Oh God.
Johnny, you said that each number went from 1 to 100?
Yes, the combination, the dial has a number 1 to 99, if that makes sense.
And it's only a 3-digit lock?
It's a 3 tumblers. So you have to...
3 of these are the numbers.
No. Again, so you would spin it, and you have to pick a number between 1 and 99. And then spin it the other way and pick a number between 1 and 99. And then spin it the other way and pick the final number between 1 and 99.
For our younger viewers, this is what you locked your lockers with all the time.
Yeah, this is called a combination lock.
Can Corvid look around the shop, Johnny, and see if maybe there's any hint?
Yeah,
The answer is 420.
No, it's definitely 420. Leo got it for sure.
Oh, I guess I will try.
What am I rolling, Johnny?
Roll me a perception or an investigation. Tem, there was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being able to unlock everything with my smartphone, but there was a time that you had to remember 3 digits, and you were like, and then they have to do this and spin it back the other way, and then you'd have to manhandle your locker open.
And you had to do it quickly, or else it reset.
Yep.
Johnny, I got a 6 because I rolled a natural 1.
Hey, yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Nothing to say here.
Okay, so as you're looking around, I'm trying to figure out if I really want to do this or not, because this is just sad. Winnie, as you're starting to do this and you're starting to turn the dial, Corvid bumps you and it starts going the other way. You have lost a chance to open it, so you have 2 chances to get it right.
All right. Everyone, back the hell off me. Go just stand somewhere against a wall, put your nose in a corner, get away.
And right backs away.
Noelle will, but then she's going to use her mind link to be in her head, to be in Winnie's head, I should specify.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm not looking at you, but I can hear you.
I hate all of you right now. Oh God. Okay. I have 2 attempts. Great. Ha! I should. You're right. I should do it just to spite them. I'm gonna try the fudge. I don't know. Okay.
She intentionally fails just to get for the purpose of killing the dwarf.
F you, Callie. You're not my sister.
You're not my
I mean,
Petty,
can
petty,
I,
petty,
like,
petty, petty.
I don't know. Can I make an intelligence check to see if any of these make sense?
They're not. Nothing's jumping out at me on them. I don't know.
I like 92.
Corvin's gonna keep
I
looking
think
around,
I misunderstood. I just put these together to make numbers. Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, I was like,
So
okay,
to give you
I'm
an
gonna do
example,
393, but now I understand.
yes. So you understand if it said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to give you an example, the combination could be 1, 23, 45. Does that make
Okay.
sense? So
Yeah, this is just terrifying.
this is terrifying, and it's
Okay.
supposed. This is because I am the dungeon master,
Oh gosh.
and I
okay,
do
see,
mean
I understand
things.
now.
Okay.
I understand. Viewers at home, Allie's naturally blonde and playing a high intelligence character.
So, realistically, guys, we're gonna do this for the folks at home. What do you think the combination is? Tell us in chat.
I've got to try. God, I feel like Winnie's like me right now with her little notebook out, like writing down combination. I don't. Why? It's gonna make me throw up.
There's got to be a hint somewhere around here.
You know what? I'm just gonna try 93, 33.
Okay,
Or-
hold on.
Wait, is it? Okay, I get it now. I misunderstood again. I can only make numbers out of those ones. I can't like have multiples of the same.
You just gotta figure out where the spaces are.
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine that somewhere on this paper there would have been
This is the wrong person
two
for this.
commas. There would be
Got
two
it.
commas.
There's supposed to be commas here.
Man.
Okay, 39 to 38.
Okay. And you turn the dial and you click the lever. And
Boo.
And so now, from inside the safe, you hear a gruff voice that's very muffled. What are you doing out there? What are you doing?
What's the combination?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're with Callie.
Oh, but this is open the safe.
I need the combination. Yeah, okay, but which is it?
Listen to the bird, Winifred, and Corvid holds his hand out as if he's gesturing for the paper that you're looking at that has the numbers on it.
You're the reason why I only have one attempt left, Bird.
Listen to the bird, Winifred.
I begrudgingly hand him the paper with my, I guess, whatever I use as a pencil.
All right, so he's also going to make a motion for the pencil.
Fine.
All right, and he's going to take the paper and he's going to lightly color it and see if maybe it was erased at some point to see if maybe that he can spot where the comma was.
There were never any commas on it, if that makes sense. I was trying to basically explain that there were commas to be what the numbers were.
Yeah, well, I'm all out of ideas. He hands it back to Winnie.
We can't hear you. Can you like knock however many times the first one is, and then knock the second?
Yes. Well, and then as you're yelling this back, you hear.
I lost count.
I lost count. That one was short though, right?
Well, there was a couple times where it stopped, so I wasn't sure if you were stopping for the pause.
I know.
Or if it was the microphone cutting out, or
Yeah, you couldn't
Corvid holds up one finger and says, 2 score, subtract 1.
That doesn't help me. I don't think any of them's high. I think maybe it might be 39, 23, 8.
Didn't you just? That's what you did the first time.
No,
No,
I did 39 to 38.
she said 39 to
23, 8 is the one I'm thinking that it might be.
Okay.
Because I don't think any of them's 90. He didn't tap that high. Oh gosh. That has to be it. 23. Wait. Okay. 39, 23, 8. Right?
Yay!
And the safe door opens.
Oh, God.
And out of it comes a dwarf bleeding from his stomach.
Oh God.
Just looking pretty rough. Like, can I send you?
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
They're holed up against the warforged, and the warforged have our warforged, and apparently you're supposed to help turn the tide of the battle so we can get
I'm
back.
bleeding out of my liver. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know what I was
see
supposed to
that.
do.
Oh,
Corvid will cast a healing spell on him. For 9 hit points.
Well, fantastic. Yes, his bleeding stops. He's looking much better. Looking a little bit more spry right now. All right. Well, let's get back. Enough
Right.
jawing. Time to get to work.
Time to
Let's
get to
head back
work.
then.
Tam, you get my undying affection. Because you guessed it right. Well done, sir.
I was getting there, okay? Allie misunderstood.
Allie was just like, all right, I'm going to go with
Wanna make up
14,
numbers?
I was gonna make up numbers.
72,
Look at this. Look at this chicken scratch.
1,364.
Sorry, Allie. You got it.
You got it. You opened it. It's 8675309. Yes, so you guys do make it back with Dervo in tow. And while you guys are getting back, Bartleby,
Yes, sir. I'm bound on the floor.
you are bound on the floor, and Sheer is... What do you remember?
I remember nothing. I was found in a hole by the Fiddle Gadget clan. They put me back together. They repaired all of my damages, but they could not repair my memory circuits. So, whilst my faceplates were off, they did what tinkering they needed to do and then closed me back up.
Artificers. If they can't fix something...
I find them amusing.
Yes, but that would be like one of their surgeons deciding that their foot should be on their forehead.
Well, I was in a hole. I wasn't doing very much with my body. I'm glad they found use for it. And now I'm employed at the museum, the Xena Museum in Sharn. Have you ever been?
I have not.
It's nice. I mean, many artifacts from the war.
Don't worry, my friend. When the Lord of Blades arrive, we'll get you sorted right.
I feel fine. You said Sheer was your designation? How many of your compatriots have you brought with you today, Sheer?
Well, there's us you see here and reinforcements en route.
And this Lord of Blades fellow, is he a nasty character?
You'll recognize him.
I fear I will not.
Don't worry. We'll make short work of these humans.
I'd rather you not. Many of them are my compatriots and friends.
Well, the Iron Juggernaut does have a way of separating humanoids.
Like, do you mean rupturing their bodies, separating humanoids? Like, that sounds unnecessarily violent.
Iron Juggernauts don't see it that way.
I do not think I will like your Iron Juggernaut.
Bartleby, make me let's do a history check, because maybe you've read about them.
It's an Ocho!
An Ocho, you seem to remember reading a little bit about Iron Juggernauts. You don't remember necessarily everything about them. You do know that they were much larger, warforged. They were on tank tracks, and they had normally someone could ride on them, but it did have very large pinchers in front of it as well, and you seem to remember that they would pinch and shoot and do weird things like that. You remember they were very large, though. I mean,
if I'd fucking actually passed that.
You would have known more had you actually
I can't imagine, Johnny. I already got so much. They're giant, horrible monstrosities.
Yes, large monstrosity of a thing.
Awesome. Well, Bartleby is concerned about that. He's still contemplating the sling blade plan. It will be the sling blade. I know it's an arm blade.
And what do they call you now?
My designation is Bartleby.
Well, Bartleby, if I untie you, do I have your word that you will not attempt to kill us?
If I have your word that your men will not kill me?
This is acceptable.
Agreed.
And they release your bonds. Please wait in the corner.
Very well. Bartleby excuses himself politely into the corner. Stands a la C-3PO in Jabba's palace, just kind of like attending.
Attending. I'm attending.
Am here.
Am waiting patiently.
Yep.
All right, well, you guys are able to sneak back in. Callie is very grateful to see that. All of you guys make a note, though, because you guys do get a benefit for actually rescuing them. If I remember what it's called, I'll tell you guys what it was. But just remember that. Make sure I remember that you saved Dervo, because that matters.
They saved Gallus, John. They did. I saw them do it.
All right, guys. As you arrive back at the message station, suddenly the whole marketplace shakes as an iron machine smashes through the south plaza wall. It moves on giant rollers, and its oil-streaked chassis is carved into the snarling face of a demon. Warforged raiders spill out of the machine and spread out across the plaza, As their machine thunders past your building, the trembling floor beneath your feet creaks and collapses inward, pitching you all into a dusty basement. Bartleby, what are you doing? Everyone is basically everything. Just the entire place just started shaking. Things are falling all over the place. They might have had you realize that they all kind of sheltering. If you're going to make a break for it, now might be your chance.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. So this machine is in the fucking middle of the fucking plaza, right?
It basically came through the southern wall of the plaza and it just barreled in through it.
And it kept going?
It kept going.
Yeah, man. Mad dash across the plaza. Boy, that's a lot of open ground. Mad dash across that 100-foot grab.
Okay. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oops. 12.
12. You're fine. You're able to kind of keep your footing. And yes, you sprint across. You hear a roar come from who you imagine was Sheer. And you hear off in the distance, Sabu! And Bartleby, you leap over trying to get with your friends and realize that the floor is gone now. You collapse down into the basement with the rest of your party. All right, guys. So, everybody is standing up, trying to, I don't know, catch your winds. You're in a very dark room. A little bit of light pouring in from the ceiling, but not much. You find yourselves in a dark cellar filled with dusty packing boxes, rubble, and broken pottery urns. Stairs opposite ascend into darkness. As your eyes adjust to the gloom, you hear muffled words emanating from the wreckage in the corner of the room. An echoey, hollow voice repeating the phrase, "Define enemy forces."
What was that?
I believe it was a machine.
Define enemy forces.
Who's that? Who's there? I can't see.
Winifred, it is Bart, and I'm gonna turn my eye lamp on, and my eyes are gonna fucking swing around the room and focus on Winifred.
Holy shit, that's creepy.
Hang on. I gotta turn my goggle light on. Oh, I see you!
Hey everybody, Allie got goggles with a goggle light.
Look how cool
She's
she
been
is.
waiting for a chance to show you all.
I'm nerding out over
Allie,
this.
I think they'll fit. Can you get them on over your headset?
Like around your headset.
Like come
I mean,
around.
I don't know if I can get them on. Like, they
Try-
have
Put
'em on.
stretchy stretch.
Try it. We'll watch and laugh.
Oh, you mean like put them on my face?
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
over
Oh.
everything.
I don't know if I can.
Well.
Hang on.
There you go.
Awesome. Make
Noise.
sure you got your light on.
Noise.
Hooray! There it is.
Yay for props.
Nice.
Yay for props. All right.
Props are the best.
No, I'm feeling like
Yeah, I don't have props either. I'm waiting for you to give me a bolero hat. I'm gonna buy one to match.
I have a pencil. All right, guys. So, yes, it's Bartleby. He apparently has escaped the clutches of the evil warforged.
It was not that difficult. They were not paying attention when that big machine came through.
I just like sprint over to him and hug his leg. You're all right.
And he picks her up and hugs her back. Everything is fine, Winifred. You were worried for nothing. I was going to be fine. I'm made of metal and stone. I was going to be fine. And puts her back down.
Define enemy forces.
What is that?
What is that?
Corvid ignores the voice
Hello?
and goes over to Bartleby and says, "Damage report."
I am fine. How are my friends? And he gestures to all of you.
A bit alright.
I am
We saved
fine.
the dwarf.
Except
Wait, how's Callie?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Callie is
I
fine.
believe I am standing on her. Hold on.
Yeah, everybody that was in there with you is in the basement now. And
Oh.
there's a lot of comments of like, did you see the size of that thing? Sprocket looks dejected at all of you and says, well, we're all going to die now.
I truly hope that is not the case.
Corvid remembers the thing asking for a target, and he says in its voice, "Target." And then he says in the other Warforged voice that he heard, "Lord of Blades."
Those warforged that captured me seemed completely certain that the Lord of Blades would be coming to this position. They said I would remember him. I told them I do not think that that would be so.
Designate target, Lord of Blades.
What else did they want from you, Bartleby?
They wanted me to join their cause. They wanted me to be a raider, I suppose. They wanted me to help them fight all of the breathers.
Corvid's gonna look for the source of the noise.
Okay. Yes, and you're kind of poking around boxes, Corvid, and you hear it again. It's getting louder as you approach it. Define enemy forces.
Define enemy forces, Lord of Blades.
Maybe he wants to know, like, how many. 10 Warforged!
Corvid, as you keep looking around, the voice emanates from an ornate wooden an ornate wooden device sitting inside a broken packing box. Its body is decorated with sculptural reliefs of battle and set with brass cogs and gears. And actually, I will show everyone at home. They all have a handout, so I can show you.
No, there's a way for you to do that.
Drawers,
Oh, look how...
drawers and hatches line its flanks, and the front of the device is covered in an arrangement of round holes from which strange vapors drift. A spool of parchment hangs from a slot underneath. A brass speaking trumpet protrudes from the side of the chest. And as you
Corvid holds
lift it, so you understand that this thing is roughly 3.5 feet high by 4.5 feet wide, 2 feet deep, and it weighs about 220 pounds.
Ooh.
That's a big boy.
Define enemy forces.
We're not moving.
Corvid says in Callie's voice, "Oh, this is bigger than your mom's ass. Someone help me lift this up."
I'm just trying to remember when Callie said that, but
Long ago.
long ago,
Callie.
back in the day, Callie's got a mouth on her.
Alright.
And he's motioning for someone to come help lift the thing out of the box.
Bartleby will move to assist. Put light on it for everybody else to see, whoever doesn't have night eyes.
And we lift it up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-person lift, right? And definitely there's a picture on the side of the crate that actually shows you lifting with your legs, because that's important for
With
those
your
of you.
knees spared.
Right, you definitely want to make sure. Yeah, the vapors don't really necessarily. Don't smell the vapors. That's just scary.
Oh, I've got the
Don't-
vapors.
I'm gonna smell the vapors. What's that? But again, as you lift it up and kind of set it around, again it repeats. Define enemy forces.
What is this?
Bartleby leans down to the speaking trumpet and says, "There are many warforged on the level above us.
And it waits. After about 30 seconds, it says again, define enemy forces.
I do not know how to interface with this machine."
Let me
Enemy
look
force-
at it.
Enemy forces. The Warforged above us. But not Bartleby.
Or Sprocket.
Yeah, Sprocket's cool. When he's gonna start examining this device.
Okay.
Winifred, don't breathe those vapors.
Well, I'm not.
They're right in your face. Don't.
I'm short. What do you want me to do?
So again, on the side where you see the speaking trumpet, you do see that is where there's like a little... Imagine a rolled Post-it note dispenser. Right there is probably the easier way to do it. It's just a little Post-it note dispenser. And then there are multiple drawers to the side of that. And then around the front of the machine, you do see four small holes that are there. The top, there are no handles on it, but you do see that it looks like a lid of some kind.
Does it look like it'll come off if we try and pull it off?
The lid?
Yeah.
No, the lid doesn't move.
Well, it doesn't.
What
Do
if
any
we...
of my fingers fit in the holes?
What's that?
Do any of my fingers fit in the holes?
Yes, your pinky will fit in any of the holes. All the holes are exactly
Will
the
my
same
fingers
size.
fit in the holes?
Yes.
Ah! It's clearly for halflings. I mean,
Is there anything in the drawers?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, there are things in the drawers. Let's talk about what's in the drawers.
Let's see what's in the drawers.
All right, so in one of the drawers, you find 5 pots of black ink and a box of quills. In another drawer, you find a folding telescope. In another drawer, you find a theodolite, which is an optical instrument for measuring angles between points, with a retractable tripod. You see 50 feet of tin measuring tape in a rectangular spool, a roll of gridded parchment, a card depicting common symbols for military cartography, 6 alchemical flares, 2 green, 2 red, and 2 yellow. And you guys see a letter, handwritten, folded in one of the drawers.
Corvid looks at all this and says, "How far are we allowed to go to fix something that's broken?" And he looks at Winnie.
Define enemy forces.
I'd like to take the letter and
Okay.
hold it upside down.
Got
Read
it?
over it and be like, oh,
Huh.
this is really interesting.
Huh.
Have you guys seen this? Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we
can
don't
I...
need this anymore.
No, please, can I see that?
And again,
Yeah.
you guys have this handout, and for the folks at home, you can actually see the letter too. Rumio, something went wrong. They tested the Oracle of War in the field, and initially it performed admirably. The 15th Brailish Lancers were wiped out almost to a man by our allies, who utilized the device to learn their enemy's weakness and drive them into the mud. Pincer movement, I'm told. Augurin would have been proud. They even reported that feeding the machine data by parchment was preferable to talking to it, as the din of battle can make it difficult to be heard. The problem came with the second test. It's difficult to explain. We need to talk in private. When you receive the Oracle, contact me. Delay your orders if possible. If they find out something is wrong with the device, they'll activate the 3rd protocol and we'll all pay with our necks. The dragon-marked houses don't mess around, and we don't want Sal Dreadstroke knocking on our doors. Speak soon. Gorth.
Yeah, that's exactly what I read.
Insight shit.
Yeah, roll me an insight, Winnie.
I have a +1, so you don't have to roll very hard. Oh, but that's a natural 18 for a 19.
I got 18 for deception.
Yeah, Winnie, you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like you believed her for a second, and then you're like, "You were holding this upside down."
I don't say anything. I just give it back to her.
Okay.
Why don't you hold on to that?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll put it in my bag.
Okay.
Bartleby
this
turns
is-
to Callie. Do you know another way out of here? Now that we have collapsed into the basement?
Well, fuck me. I don't want to fly. I don't want to climb up that hole. I'm guessing maybe those stairs over there.
What about this thing? We can't leave it down here. It's some kind of war machine.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully they buys us a little bit of time that they don't know where we went. But they'll come looking down the hole eventually.
I certainly think they will come down the hole sooner
We
rather
don't-
than later.
We don't want them to get this thing. They want to kill like everyone who breathes air.
That salvage is worth a bit of coin. And
No,
Corbin
we're
points to the
selling
box.
Too bad we
Ah.
couldn't
See
use
what
this
it
thing
does.
against them.
I know. Damn it! If only we had a magical box that would tell us how to defeat these things.
I mean,
Shit.
We just need to figure out how to communicate with it.
So
Define enemy forces.
it has
Define
good paper.
define
It has
function.
good.
Primary function.
Define enemy forces.
Us.
It has good paper. Perhaps we need to give it coordinates in some fashion.
We're in
Bartleby
a
picks up one of the
hole.
quills out of the thing
Uh-huh.
and looks around
Corbin's
at the
already
side
writing
where the
something.
little spool is, and hands a quill to fucking Winifred.
What?
Corbin,
What are you?
Want me
I
to
can't. I
write
can't
to
read it. You're gonna have to read what it
We
says.
can't see nothing.
All right, Corbin writes it on the piece of paper. He grabs a quill and some of the parchment and says, "Kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby," and is trying to find a place to stick it in the machine.
So again,
No,
you,
no.
you realize that the parchment is roughly it's a spool, right? So you can just tear off tear some of it off. Imagine when you go to the doctors, the little pieces of paper that they pull off onto the bed. So it's Post-it note size almost. So you take a little side off. That is what you were writing on.
Is there somewhere to put it in?
Well, there were 4 holes in the very front of it.
We could roll it up and put it in the holes.
Ooh,
Okay,
this
okay,
is
okay.
smart.
How to kill
Put it in
Johnny's gotta have
warforged.
you.
Do we
Hole
need to
A.
give it a better definition than simply?
Okay, but so hold on. So Corvid rolled up his piece of paper and stuck it in hold A. Unrecognizable battlefield terrain.
Battlefield
Said
terrain.
terrain. So perhaps we
Let's
need to
write
draw?
the bazaar's name on here. I write the
Perhaps.
bazaar's name and I stick it in.
Insufficient detail.
To get to 4, you must add 2 plus 2, and Corvid will write the name of the bazaar with the message he wrote previously, kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby, and stick it back in hole A.
Okay, so explain again. So what did you wrote down? Fireweave Bazaar.
Yeah.
And then kill the Warforged, not Sprocket and Bartleby.
Yes.
Okay. And what hole are you sticking it in?
A.
Unrecognizable battlefield terrain.
Okay, that's the terrain. Okay. So if A is the terrain is the bazaar. So let's see what B is. Let's put the warforged in.
Maybe it has to be what the mall is, the bazaar is. It's like stone and
Um,
other things that make up the mall
Can
bazaar.
I use my background feature of historical knowledge to accurately discertain?
You have never
This
heard
building?
about. I'm sorry, about the building itself.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you can draw a rough map. of it, or you're looking for the architectural designer?
Yeah,
you wouldn't recognize.
like,
You have no
just,
idea
like-
who designed the Fireweave Bazaar. Actually, it was a guy
Okay.
named Phil, and Phil
Okay.
was was fairly
Well,
known.
more so like
What was his childhood like?
Phil actually grew up in a weird in an interesting little suburb in Sear. Played baseball and also really enjoyed the show Survivor.
ha ha ha, very funny.
So
How a
on one
combination
piece,
lock works. Thank you though.
on one piece of paper, Corbin's going to put the battlefield or the bazaar, and then on another piece of paper, he's going to put kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby. He's putting in slot A the location, the bazaar name, and in slot B, he's putting in kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby.
Okay. You hear what was the first piece of paper you put in?
The A slot is the bazaar.
Insufficient detail.
Be more specific.
And then you put
where
it.
we are.
Hold on.
Put
Hold
the
on.
city that we're at.
Hold on. So then you put in paper B, and it says, you hear and as you put the paper in, the paper just kind of disintegrates. It's almost like flash paper, it just flashes. But then you hear, define enemy positions.
Where are they? Above?
Above us.
Above.
What do you guys think that machine is going to do? If you
Tell
say
us how
above
to
us,
kill
then
them?
it just craps you munitions into the air. What happens when those munitions fall on our heads?
That's
Well,
a good point.
Right now, it wants to define where they're at, though.
Okay, so Corbin is going to put the
Okay.
bazaar name again on a piece of paper, and the kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby. Kill the warforged not named Sprocket and Bartleby goes into B, and the bazaar name will go into C, and he's going to see what it says.
No, you need to.
C, you put the paper into hole C, and it says, unrecognizable Allied forces.
Oh, where are the Allied forces? Us.
So Corbin's going to point to Bartleby and to Sprocket, and then point to his mouth, and then point at the machine. The little tubey thing that looks like the speaker, trying to indicate that maybe they should identify themselves to it.
I am Bartleby.
No.
Too late.
Just write down who the allies are.
Also,
Very well.
put something into hold D.
You have all of the quills. He's holding a quill, and you're holding a quill, Winifred.
Here.
There's a box of quills. You can all have quills.
There's a box.
Quills for everybody. You can all have quills. Everybody gets a quill. You get a quill, and you get a quill. You at home,
Bartleby,
you get a quill. Everybody
You
gets
have
a
a bird
quill.
with you. He has feathers. You could just pluck one.
Oh, buddy, I couldn't just do that to you.
So while they're like messing with the quills, can I write like exactly the city and where we are, like very distinct details of our location into slot A?
And what does that say?
Insufficient battle terrain.
No. I'm saying. So
Oh,
again,
what I say.
yeah. What does that say?
So we're in the bazaar, which is we're in Cree, right? The Moorlands.
It's in.
Oh, is that where it is?
No, it's not.
You have a refugee next to you.
But remember, Sear was the kingdom, not the city
No,
you're
that's
in.
right, not the
Oh,
city.
yeah, we don't have the city.
I just yell out, what
You
city are we
know-
in?
You should know the city. I said the city. I have to go back to my notes and tell you the city.
Yeah. My notes are not at
Yes, so you are in the ruined city of... actually, no, F you guys. Roll me a dice to see if you guys remember where this city
Can
is.
I roll a history check?
Yes, a history check is fine.
Thank you. Ooh,
13,
ooh.
John.
18.
16. Corbin.
17.
We don't remember order or anything. Fuck it.
I mean, it's my
Again,
I
guys.
go after
It's up to
Corbin.
So as a reminder, for those of you at home, this is now 2 episodes in a row where we talked about it during our pre-stream talk of, hey guys, remember when I call for a dice roll at all of you, we're going to go in order. So it'll be Amarak, then Bartleby, then Corvid, then Noelia, and Winnie.
I was
Every
going to
time.
ask, should I know where the city is just because I'm from Seer?
Yeah, I mean, you knew where Calazart was. I mean, that's easy. You're like, oh yeah, Calazart. That's where you go to shop. It's like the Mall
Okay.
of America, man. It's got
Calazar Bazaar, don't you know?
the Fireweave Bazaar. It actually had a roller coaster in another section. It was awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
And a
They have
Wetzel's
great pretzels.
Pretzels. Every
Yeah,
3 stores, there was a pretzel place for
You had to get
mid-wall
the
stacking.
cheese. Get that hot cheese.
So again, Winnie, if anything you write down and you stick into the whole, into hole A, anything you write, keep saying insufficient detail.
It needs all 4 holes to have it, the proper
Oh.
informations.
Okay.
We don't
So
know what D
I
wants
write
yet.
that. I write that for A, and then I write down what he wrote for B, and then C, Allied forces, which would be us.
And Callie.
Well,
I guess,
mean,
yeah, the gray dog.
everyone down in the basement.
All right, so let's go one at a time here. So with that, Allied forces, perfect. So you write down all of you.
Yes.
Names, is it just your names?
I write down our names and our location.
Probably should put down like who we are, as in like you're a halfling and he's a
Yeah. Okay, I write all that down.
guru. Just in
What
case
goes in
there's
the
other
last
people
hole?
with their names.
But so before
okay.
we put,
So hold on.
sorry.
So no, this is good. So as you put that in, you actually hear the machine say, Allied Forces Incorporated. And now it looks at you all. The machine says again, define enemy forces.
Should we then kind of follow the same thing? We know. Well, I guess we don't know their names. Do you know any of their names? Did you get any other names when you were over there, Bartleby?
Sheer and the Lord of Blades. The other raiders did not share with me their designations.
But
That's
Bartleby, you would remember that they are warforged raiders, though, which is a
Yes, they
different
are in
class.
fact Warforged raiders.
There you go.
That
And you
might
may have
work.
seen something else, Bartleby, that no one else saw.
The fucking, what's it called? Iron.
Professor
I don't know
X's
what it's
brother.
called now.
Professor X's brother.
It's Magneto. Oh no, it's not. It's the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
I just said that.
I have said that to mess with people.
Just put that out there. That I pretended
Sad.
to know X-Men lore, but I did.
All right.
So Corbett is writing down the names of the enemies as Bartleby is rattling them off. Lord of Blades, Shears, the Blades, the Juggernaut, and he puts that into
Warforged Raiders.
Warforged Raiders. The Blade, Warforged. Instead of the Blades, Warforged Raiders. I thought they were called the Blades. I'm going to keep the Blades in there too. Blades. There we got a big old thing. And, okay, C was allies. So D...
Yes, Tim. Bartleby, you take a point of psychic damage for saying that.
Well,
Yes, that Magneto was Professor X's brother. That's a point of psychic damage.
life is hard sometimes.
Okay, but go ahead, Corvid. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to put that list of baddies into hole D.
Hole D.
Or, excuse me, hole A. No. Jesus.
E.
B. There we go.
C is us.
C is the allies.
C is
So
us. B is enemies. A is the terrain.
We don't know D yet, I don't think.
B is.
No, we don't know what D
We
is.
haven't shoved anything in that hole.
I'm just gonna write hi and shove it in that hole.
All right, so it says unrecognizable miscellanea.
Ah, so it's miscellaneous. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so A is the city name. B is.
Hey, you know what? Why don't we
the-
put giant hole in building where we're at? Situation unstable, so it like knows.
Corvid will write avoid targeting hole where box is. Because the box is right there. Okay, so we got the city for A, the bad guys, Lord Blade, Shears, Warforged, Raging Juggernaut, Blade, etc. For B, C, the allies, we list all of us. D, miscellaneous, avoid bombing the hole that the box is in and we are at.
So, was all of that on one big piece of paper, or are those?
No, that's 4 different pieces of paper.
Okay. So you put the battlefield. Where are you putting the city and the mall name?
A.
And again, it says insufficient detail.
Jesus, I'm gonna grab the map that we had, and get some charcoal and just scrub it over it so they got like a map.
Okay, yeah. You guys you basically make a copy off of with you working with Bartleby and a
I
map.
could do that with my Harvey, and I could do that.
Yep, there you go. And it says Battlefield Terrain Incorporated.
Yes, I need a map. Write that down, guys.
All right. So then
Full A
targets.
needs map.
Well, there was grid
Okay.
paper, so yeah, we could probably draw. On
And as you put the enemy forces in, it says define enemy positions.
Where are they at?
that. I would say above. And they were across the plaza.
I think they need to know.
There were like those measuring tools in there. We could
Yeah.
Yeah.
figure out
And,
where they are from
can-
here.
Can any of us like,
Triangulate.
Well,
Take a-
doesn't that
take a-
mean we have to get close?
No.
take a peek outside real quick?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll go.
Well, we have the map, and if we knew where we were and we knew where they were,
But they've moved.
we can perhaps, yeah. I'm just trying to say if we could do some kind of
Can we still
triangulation.
hear their general location?
Well, and again, guys, the good thing is while for those of us watching you all kind of fiddle your way through this, it seems like it's taken a long time. But yeah, guys, this is the best part of this is just trying to figure out how the damn machine works. Only a few minutes.
Yeah,
have
there's no
passed.
instructions.
Only a few minutes have passed.
People.
That'll
Jesus.
That'll,
Like, you know.
Allie's so
that'll help
grumpy
me
about it.
remember my
Like,
X-Men.
yes, over there, enemies over there.
Yeah, nobody said that, but okay.
Yeah, so you kind of play with it. It's so do you remember where the warforged raiders were?
They were in Musk.
In
Must.
right?
There
So
you
is it-
go.
We just like put
Good.
dots on the map.
Probably put that.
There we go. Perfect. And you kind of just give a rough sketch of where the enemies are, like just a rough designation of there at this point on the map, right? So you've already done the battlefield terrain. And again, guys, so after you add that information, it says enemy forces incorporated. And the only now a message you hear is it says define miscellaneous factors.
This is where we will write, or Corvid will write on the piece of paper that says avoid this section where we were, and like
Down the hole.
down the hole.
Okay.
Or perhaps even avoid structural damage so it doesn't rain anything down on us.
Yes,
I
right.
don't know.
Structure unstable.
Roll me
Floor unstable.
an intelligence check, everybody.
Oh yay!
Hey, you know what? I'll go first.
I got that.
That's
What?
13.
Okay.
17.
4.
7.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Girl.
There we
Girl
go.
artificer.
So, Amarak, Bartleby, and Winnie, you guys start thinking miscellaneous factors. What are some miscellaneous factors? Well, hey, there's a pseudo dragon in here. This something that's happening on the battlefield. There's a pseudo dragon. Maybe there's that pseudo armor. Hey, there's those magic brooms that came out of nowhere. So miscellaneous factors are what else is happening around the battlefield. Is your
Don't
best
hurt
guess.
Nimble.
Yeah, put Nimble as a safe space.
Brooms, whatever. But Nimble.
Yes, screw them broom.
Magic rugs.
Well, it's no more.
Well, that one is.
Persnickety
There might be
pseudo
another one.
dragon.
Yeah, that rug can die.
I mean, I killed it. It's dead.
Well, it can die again.
Is the
Stupid
rug
rug.
truly dead though? Like, how is
the
that?
rug again.
All right, guys. So what are we listing for miscellaneous factors?
Avoid area with Nimble.
High fashion. Avoid a high
Combat
fashion.
targets. So,
No,
you know,
destroy
Why are we-
high fashion.
Why are we avoiding high fashion?
Destroy high fashion.
I'm just curious.
Because I
Because
want
that
a
American
hat.
didn't do
because
nothing
it's-
to us.
That poor guy.
Because it's high fashion.
Automaton.
High fashion.
Just put like allies in these areas. Those are our enemies.
Are those
Or-
allied
or-
forces, or are those just
No.
miscellaneous things that
Civilians?
maybe the
Bystanders.
machine
Innocent
could make
bystanders.
use of them? Caw.
Okay.
Meta pigeon.
Okay, we'll put the
Dragon's
super dragon,
horde. Avoid.
and then we'll put the robot guy, high fashion dude,
Mannequin.
mannequin man.
Put carpet realm because maybe
Oh,
Kelly wants to get the body of her friend back.
the mirrors.
Yeah.
Goes in that
Yeah, we got all the good
use
stuff
on
off
this
of him.
machine,
Okay.
and maybe list
What
strategic
about
advantage of that? I don't know.
the hologram near the fountain? Is that
Oh, yes.
useful?
You're in a mall.
I feel like don't worry, guys. It's kind of neat only because I sit there and this is the first part with the Oracle of War that was going to be painful. The more you use it, the more you will start realizing, oh yeah, this is what we need to write down, and it'll just be it'll be faster as we go.
I put the safe. I feel like the giant safe might come in handy.
Giant safe, got it. And then, did anyone? And I'll have to. I can't remember if anyone of you took the long way. Winnie, did you skirt around the outside? Did you go by the store that had the 2 iron defenders in it?
I ducked in, I think, for a second, and then I ran out.
Okay, but do you remember that there were 2 iron defenders in crates?
I remember you telling me that.
Good. So
I don't think you told me that I saw anything. I think you told me I ducked in and ducked out.
okay. Well, you saw 2 iron defenders in crates.
Okay, I saw 2 iron defenders in that place, guys.
Fantastic.
You should probably put that in there.
All right, guys. So, as you put all of those miscellaneous factors, the machine begins to... Hold on, let me... Miscellanea Incorporated. Once you have put all of those items in, the device begins to tremble as hatches on its side suddenly retract, releasing a trio of mechanical pigeons.
I'm sorry.
these constructs swoop up through a hole in the ceiling and, well, actually, they flutter around your guys' area real quick. They flutter off through the ceiling and fly off into the marketplace. After a few moments, they reappear and return to their little compartments. As the hatches slide shut, the device announces that it is preparing tactical advice. And with that, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll hear the tactical advice that the Oracle of War provides. Guys, thanks for watching the first half of our stream tonight. We're just going to take a quick 10-minute break. Johnny's old and has to pee.
Me too.
I just am going to
Before that
embrace
happens,
the statement.
Johnny, real quick, I'm going to gift a sub to our community right now.
Outstand. Well done, Corvid19, and well done, Ryan.
What a giver.
There we go.
Oh, hey, it's Tim.
Congrats.
Hey, good job, Tim.
There you go, Tim. Congratulations on the gift subscription. Guys, thanks. And hey, and I did want to, before we actually do take the break, guys, I want to thank everyone for following our channel. We are now a Twitch affiliate. I have no idea what it means, but I'm trying to learn, and I'm very excited about it. But guys, I do know that what you can do is subscribe to the channel. Show us the support, and we appreciate you being a part of our community and watching us play this game that we all like so much. So again, if you share that you're having a good time watching us, by all means, guys, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. But guys, we'll be back in 10 minutes, so make sure you get back, because don't you want to know what the Oracle of War is going to tell him? All right, guys, we'll be back shortly. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks. I feel much better now and able to now begin to start talking about this Oracle of War thing. For those of you still with us, or for those of you that just joined us during the break, the team has fallen into a basement surrounded by warforged in the Fireweave Bazaar inside of Eberron, or, well, inside the Mournland. And they found a box that kept asking them for information about the battlefield, and they found a letter calling it the Oracle of War. It's like we found the name of the campaign. Isn't that neat? And after a little bit of work, have been able to figure out kind of how this thing works. And we are at the point now where the Oracle of War gets to do what it's supposed to do and give some advice on the predicament in which our adventurers find themselves. So the machine again begins to rattle and hum, if you would, telling you that it is preparing tactical advice. And it provides the following information to the adventurers. Attack automated salesperson inside Grand Attire to send it on a rampage. Befriend Pseudo-Dragon inside Dragon's Horde to spy on enemies. Activate Iron Defenders inside Hounds of Baracus. Ignite flammable samples inside Musk to create explosions.
I want that job.
Use Hall of Illusions to trick and outmaneuver enemies. Create spillage in Thoroughfare to attract malfunctioning cleanup crew. And finally, lure Iron Juggernaut onto weak floor inside Hounds of Baracus.
We'll take on the Juggernaut.
I don't know about you guys, but I stopped paying attention once it said ignite flammables in Musk.
After dispensing...
Winifred, I will need your help to secure the hounds. Of
Oh
Baracus.
yeah, we can do that too.
After dispensing the advice, it announces recharging systems. And the machine seems to turn off.
Tight.
Did anyone get that? I stopped paying attention.
Well, it was basically going over all of the different things that have occurred within the mall
so-
here. Most importantly, we need to activate Steel Defenders is probably something that we can use as an ally. Getting rid of the Juggernaut out of play. They said the floor was weak in the same place as those Steel Defenders, so that's kind of a 2-in-1. Get that fucking done real quick. It said use the little fairy or the Pseudo-Dragon as a scout. You had the best relationship with him, so I would recommend you for that fucking job.
Oh, Nimble? Yeah, he's my
Oh yeah, Nimble.
best friend.
They wanted us to use the mirrors to confuse and befuddle the troops upstairs.
Create a spillage in the thoroughfare so that the
That's right. Create a spillage
brooms
so the
show
brooms
up.
come help us fight too.
Ignite the flammable.
And I didn't
in
ask
us.
it to ignite. So what does it want us to ignite, sweetheart?
Well, it's a cologne shop, right? So I assume we're gonna.
Musk.
And that's another thing. If we attack the mannequin, it'll fucking go crazy.
Yeah. Can I please do that one too? I want like 3 of these jobs.
Winifred is what you would call an instigator.
Uh-oh. Hold on. We lost Ryan.
Oh, we all went
We
everywhere.
all went hog
Look,
wild.
I'm Noelia.
And I'm Winnie.
Oh,
about
Callie.
that,
Amarak.
folks.
Oh.
I am nothing.
And Amarak shifted.
There we go. We got an ice storm in our area. I'm hoping that doesn't happen too much there, but
Oh no!
Oh, we have a thunderstorm right now. So.
So yeah, it was basically just breaking down the mall for us and the things that we found here that might be useful.
Oh no, I heard for some reason my sound was going. I just couldn't hear anybody. I heard Berserk, the guy with the high fashion, Musk bombs, Winnie, Village for brooms, Juggernaut lured to somewhere to make him fall,
Baracus.
activate the steel defenders, use the dragon, and illusion place. Illusion.
It also stands to reason we're in a basement. Perhaps there's access to all of these places down here.
That is an astute observation. I will begin looking for an entrance to Hounds of Baracus.
Yeah, I'll go with Bartleby to help him with the defenders.
Callie looks at you all and says, "Okay, we're all here. What can we do to help? It's going to take all of us to get out of here."
Right.
You can come with me.
What? Okay, so I'm
Yes,
gonna
Noelia.
take care of the flames.
Noelia, yes, Callie goes, she winks at you and says, "Let's get him, kid."
Well, hang on. There's other jobs to assign, so why don't everybody just slow their rolls for a second? Who's gonna create the spillage in the thoroughfare?
We can probably accomplish that on our way to Hounds of Baracus.
Okay, but it's not fair for you and me to do 4 jobs and everyone else gets like 1 or none.
So
I know we're awesome, but we're not that awesome.
what I would
Toby has liquid inside him that can.
Oh,
go
heck no.
and
You
spill
just
it.
stop talking right now.
We
actually
put spill it.
everybody has liquid inside them that could create a spillage.
That is my genius juice. We are not wasting that on these stupid raiders.
Is that what you call it? The liquid that's inside of all of you, Winnie? Your genius juice?
No, and Bartleby.
Oh,
That's
but
my genius
just
juice.
Bartleby.
It's
Did you
basically
put it?
Everclear.
What did you put
It's
in? Bar-
basically Everclear. It's what he runs on.
So what I would recommend, guys, is just kind of an idea. If you guys figure out what you guys want to do, you do have potentially 2 to 3 other sets of hands that could take some of these other items.
So I'd
Noelia
volunteer
and
Pocket
Callie
to carry the
You
machine.
can get nimble
Um,
and it can shoot off some eldritch blasts at the guy in high fashion.
Corvid is shaking his head at his idea. He points to himself and to Sprocket, and he says, "High fashion."
Okay.
And he says number 1. Then he holds up number 2 and says, "What was that? I can't remember the name of the place with the illusions in it."
It's just
The
mirror
hallway.
illusions. The Hall of Illusions.
There's a mirror
The Hall of Illusions.
Hall of Illusions. Okay, Hall of Illusions. Corvid points to Sprocket and says, "Hall of Illusions."
Who was with you inside of the
High fashion.
high fashion?
Place it's bucket.
So this is what you guys get from it. So I'm gonna just make it go faster. Okay, Corvid wants to berserk the guy, get him to chase him into the, get him to chase him into the Hall of Illusions. While the warforged Sprocket lures some of the forces into the Hall of Illusions, so they will encounter the berserk monster illusion, high fashion guy.
Okay.
Okay.
That-
Bartleby
that's
and
just
I are
part
going
of
to
the
go
plan.
activate the defenders, and Bartleby's going to lure the Juggernaut there?
Yeah, so the room in Hounds of Baracus is where those steel defenders are.
Uh-huh.
The floor is weak, as opposed to the
Well,
metal pigeon.
Why don't we swing
Informants.
by Musk, and I'll grab a bunch of, that
It's right
should get the
across the way. I'm
Juggernaut's
sure we can set
attention.
off something in Musk if we needed to.
Corvid mentions real quick in a voice that sounds familiar to some of you. Has anyone seen my chalk?
Amaranth, what are you doing,
I
buddy?
need my chalk.
I'm trying. Oh, you know what? I might join them with Nimble. I think that. Oh no, you know what? Let's create a spillage. I can do that.
Okay. Do you want to take the dwarf with you? I'm sorry, I forget your name.
His name is Telis.
No, Durvo.
Dervo?
Dervo Telis.
Designation, dwarfy.
Well, what about the other little halfling? Do you want to come blow some stuff up with me?
Halfling's name is Hawthorne.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great.
She's just looking at you wide-eyed like, I'm really... Yeah.
Winnie's gonna take some of her butter, because she's got lots of butter. She's gonna, like, take the stick and, like, grease under her eyes, like, let's do this.
All right, guys.
Noelia will take some of her hair that's still covered in butter from earlier. And
Absolutely, actually wiped some of the butter off of her cheeks. So.
Real quick recap.
the opposite.
We got who's doing the Steel Defenders? Did we?
Me and Bartleby.
Okay, who is doing the spillage for the brooms?
Amarak.
Who's bringing the Juggernaut?
Bartleby and I are gonna lure him.
Yeah, because they're trying to lean him into where I.
It's the same place where the Steel Defenders are.
Are you guys gonna be able to do 3 things?
Yeah, we're gonna go by Musk. We're gonna get a bunch of
Winifred,
boom booms.
Fantastic.
All of that happens in kind of the same spot.
Who's talking to the dragon?
Noelia.
Noelia.
Callie.
Right. I am in the illusion place
You're
with
working with Sprocket.
Sprocket, and I'm going to shoot the high fashion guy in the face to lure him to the place where all the illusions are.
So,
Where are
I
the
have a
illusion
question
places?
though.
All illusions.
If Nimble's gonna spy for us, shouldn't we wait to move until we have his intel?
Yes. And then, do we want to wait for a specific cue to start everything?
Probably the explosion of musk would be the best indicator.
We should have a go word.
Well, there's only one of us that can talk to everybody's head.
Oh, but I have to be able to see you.
If only some of us had message. Yeah. Wait, I can signal everyone. There's players.
Well, perhaps when...
Wouldn't an explosion be a good enough signal?
Okay, fine. When you hear
I
the
thought as
boom,
well that would be the
go.
most useful signal.
Although I also imagine the explosion might just create the spillage anyway.
One would hope.
I would think, but
No, because
More than
anything that spills is going to be on fire, realistically.
that's fair.
Alcohol
And where would you like me to create this spillage to funnel
in a
them?
thoroughfare. The machine told you.
Yes, but okay.
The machine told you. The machine told you, Amarak.
Probably takes the time to point it out on the map.
Oh,
to you.
also, we should probably put this somewhere safe where it's not going to get damaged. It's really cool. And I would
Well,
like
we're gonna-
to examine it more.
Keep it under here, I would imagine, for now.
And when we're all done here, Sprocket and I will carry it out. That way both crews have an equal claim to it.
Is there a time you want me to do the spillage, like maybe to trap them, like when after they've chased after Sprocket? And then,
Bartleby,
'cause
we're
Bloom's
not
gonna-
giving them the machine.
They don't have to know that, Winifred.
Oh, I got you.
Stealth.
Ah, damn it.
Come
Ah,
on.
damn it. 6.
No! I already know what feat I'm taking when we get to level 4, dang it.
And
They
actually,
don't have to know that, Winifred.
I don't want to be associated with
Why are
these
you
people.
so loud?
yeah, oddly enough, don't even worry about it. They're off trying to figure out. They're getting their game. They're all talking.
really?
Yeah.
I just fist bump him like, yeah.
Oh,
That was nice, buddy.
horrible. Just fucking horrible. All right, guys. So yes, you make your way to the stairs that lead out of this place, and you see that the stairs go up one landing, and then diverge into 2 separate staircases. One going up to the north, one going up to the south.
Winifred, our route lies to the north.
All right.
I hope.
Well, we had a map.
Well, I have the map, Winifred, but the
Well.
player that controls me is a fool.
As we're climbing the stairs, Corbin gets
You have
Callie's
navigator
attention,
tools. Just use them.
points to Sprocket, and says in Bartleby's voice, "Designation," and basically wants Callie to say it in her voice, say his name in her voice.
Who? Sprocket?
Sprocket, Sprocket. Thumbs up. That's all he wanted.
And Sprocket looks at you,
Don't mind
Corbin.
him, he's
And
weird.
Corbin looks at you, or Sprocket looks at you, Corbin, and says, "You know I can say my own name, right?"
And Corbin
like
says in
him.
Noelia's voice, "I don't really care."
Looks over at Callie, and Sprocket goes, "This one might not make it."
That is debatable.
Sprocket's a gym.
Is there a
Look,
sequence of events or something?
Bartleby,
No.
Winnie might have a new Warforged crush. Just saying.
It
What?
would not be the first time that another machine has caught her interest.
I think he's grumpy and funny.
So yes, you guys move up. So the groups that are heading to the south, you guys are going to come out in... What is this place called?
Which place?
You tell us, you're the DM.
The stairs come up inside of Miller's, which is the first kind of shop that you pass on the left-hand side when you entered across the way from Rockworks and the Dragon's Hoard. If you come up the north stairs, you basically come out right across from Bolts and Tumblers.
That's where
In
we
that
need to
hallway there?
go.
Yep.
Okay. Winifred, stay behind me. I will check the hallway.
Okay.
Roll me a stealth.
Fuck.
Clank, clank, clank,
Just
clank.
him or me too.
17 either way, boy. Plus
Yeah.
that, 19.
All right. So yes, Bartleby, as you guys trying to make your way up towards the front, and it would be Amarak, Bartleby, and Winnie, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So you guys look across, and you see that yes, there are still folks hanging out in Musk. You catch your first glimpse of the Iron Juggernaut as it is kind of moving away from you down the hallways, scanning. But again, it is a very large tracked machine with the demon face painted onto it, big claws. Looks very imposing. And you do see that it looks like there's about 15 more Warforged Raiders in small groups of 5 kind of moving around. You realize that this is all going to have to go... You probably aren't all going to be able to stay together, if that makes sense. Because you know once the explosion happens, things are going to go weird. All right, so now we're going to move to the group to the south. So Corvid and Noelia, you with your friends. Oh, and don't forget, Winnie, the other little halfling girls with you.
Yay!
All right.
Team
So,
Halfling.
so Team Halfling. So you guys begin to move out and say kind of the same thing. You guys don't see the Juggernaut, but you do see, right as you were coming up the stairs, you saw a patrol of about 5 of these Warforged Raiders moving along the way. So what we want to start talking about is the order in which you're going to do these things.
Well, should probably get Nimble first because he'll be able to scout for us.
Okay.
And then Corvid, you can go off and do what you need to do. Fair enough.
Or Corvid. Let's see. Corvid points to the Warforged and points to Sprocket and says, and then then he goes to and points to himself. as if he's saying he needs the warforged to bring the other warforged into the Hall of Mirrors before he brings the murderous thing from High Fashion.
Okay.
All right. So, I'd like to try to get across. Wait, let me make sure. It's across the hall that I have to get to, pretty much, right?
Yep.
Because Noelle can't read the map. She's just kind of remembering the general idea of where she's going.
Perfect.
I guess I'd want to try to stealth across.
Let's roll some dice. Let's roll some dice. What do you say?
Nice, yeah. That's 16 plus 5 is 21.
Oh my.
Oh.
No.
Right as you guys were straight ninja. You were sliding across the floor, little ninja tuck roll in there, and literally right as you're like, we're doing really good, one of the Warforged raiders turns around and spots you.
I blame Noelia. Or Callie.
It was Callie. Callie was the one that gave you the thumbs up, and you giggled. Sorry, you were like, "Oh shit!" All right, guys. So you're in danger. All right, Corvid, what are you guys doing?
So I'm going to shoo Sprocket towards the group of Warforged while I stealth towards High Fashion.
Okay, so here's the thing. So they were just approaching the Hall of Illusions when they turned around and saw Noelia. So you guys, I need a stealth from you guys, or basically just from you, Corvid. Sprocket's awesome. Yeah, Sprocket's badass.
25.
Yes, you guys are both. Sprocket and you kind of are dipping into grand attire just as the other one is turning around to spot Noelia. However, you do hear muffled grunts of alarm coming from the Warforged. And then we're going to shift back up north. All right, guys. What are we doing? Amarak.
Oh God. Wasn't sure when we were supposed to be doing the spillage. Do you guys want me to?
Sure.
Because we're gonna get the brooms to come out. What is the point of that? Are we trying to make them just get in their way so that the explosion does more damage?
If your intention is to spill the contents of musk, that would create quite a puddle out here on the floor that they would start cleaning. But then potentially we could still light that on fire while they're cleaning it, which does seem quite a bit brutal, but casualties in war and all that.
That is fair. Let's see.
I mean,
Unless you have a better way to make it.
I have
really-
broken my players' brains with tactics. I have broken
Yes,
them. I have broken them.
I
This is what I have
have a
done.
way of making the spillage. That's not a problem. I'm
So
just
our
curious.
hallway
Do
is
you want
empty,
it
though,
as?
right?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again, Bartleby?
Our hallway is empty, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we can at least move out into that hallway, standing in front of bolts and tumblers. And me and the halflings need to make our way to Hounds of Baracus, is like right outside that circle. So
Perhaps
either-
use the brooms as a distraction so you can sneak past them easier.
I have
That's
to get
not a
into
bad
Musk, and
Alright.
they're still in there.
Ryan!
No, I scored.
Now I'm Winnie again.
And I'm Noelia.
part of me is Amarok and part of me is still Bartleby. I have split personalities.
Daggone lightning storms. Lightning.
I am both.
Oh, Callie, kiss me.
Oh God, she's taking control.
We'll get hey guys. Apologize for this. Yeah, where Ryan is apparently there's some
Sorry.
weather, so we're gonna give Ryan a second to make it back. now I need to feel like I'm gonna pick on Winnie though, because I am Winnie, and it's like I don't know how combinations work. I just like keys and locks. I'm scared.
If I could visually see what it looked like on the paper, I would have.
I'm sorry. I wish I would have. I should have had a master lock available for you.
He says he'll be back in a jiff, Johnny.
Okay. All right, guys. Bear with us, everybody, as we do this.
Man, technical troubles and all that.
Actually, and I would, because for those of you that don't know, this is called a Twitch overlay. These are things that I learned, and I'm going to share some knowledge with you. This overlay has small little windows that are linked to another window on my computer, and I have to make multiple copies of those small windows and place them underneath the overlay so that everything lines up. However, the moment that someone disconnects, it changes where everything is on my computer monitor, and those things now all shift. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing.
Windows right now.
And again, so this is
And Matt's just gone.
And poor Matt is still with us, but just unseen.
I'm just floating in the nether.
Up, here we go. Here comes Ryan back, but now watch everything shift. It's going to be neat. Ba-bow! Everybody is back, right where they're supposed to be.
Nice, excellent.
And this is why Johnny does not keep pushing buttons. Yay, because it will all work itself out. I like some technical explanations. You're welcome, Dagman. I just like you all to see what happens behind the scenes when we're doing this. And again, much props to one of my players who came up with the term Twitchcraft, because that's what we do here. Twitchcraft. It's just Twitchcraft. So, guys, with that, we were trying to decide the order of operations here. I think we were talking about using the spillage to make a distraction, which might be able to get you guys inside of the House of Baracus. And this is where it's going to get tricky. This group may want to separate even more, where people going in to get the Iron Defender, and perhaps the spillage might open up the chance to throw something fire-related into Musk. So this is how, but because once we start these things, they're going to go fast.
Hey, Amaranth.
Yes.
Didn't you get some alchemist fire from the job
do.
we did? Give it to me.
It's just absolutely. That's what I was thinking when I heard fire anyway. And then I'll hand it over to her.
Okay, so Winnie has the alchemist fire.
I have 2.
Okay.
Harley reaches into the bag of holding and begrudgingly hands you a third.
All right, so Winnie has the alchemist fire.
I'm going to try to take my water skin and loosen the cap and throw it across so it creates the spillage on the other side.
All right, roll me an athletics, because that's a pretty big throw. This is.
I'm not saying I was doing that. I was explaining it to them when I was.
Oh, got it. I was going to say that's a center field to home plate, baby. That's you got to have an arm for that one, because there is no cutoff, man. Did you guys all hear me use baseball terminology? Was that right? I don't even like baseball. Was I doing okay there?
Oh, sports balls!
Yes.
I have somebody that could just take it over there for you who's visible.
You do?
Yeah. I have an unseen servant I can make appear.
Unseen servant got verbal components?
Oh, let me check. It's just something I can do innately for my mark. It does. And a bit of stream.
Let me double check map here. I mean, yeah, it would create a distraction. It would get their attention, and I would say the second you hear or see the brooms coming, you make a break for what is it called again?
Hounds of Baracus. But where are you gonna go while we're doing that?
I guess well.
If I may make a suggestion.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd make it in Bartleby's voice, but I'm thinking and voice acting.
Because there's strategeries involved. Strategeries.
I have to turn on the Sam brain for a second. So there's another store past Hounds of Baracus that if
Uh-huh.
you fucking sprinted too,
Mhm.
you'd have better position to cause your distraction from anyway.
That's fair. I mean, I can. The only issue is I have disadvantage.
I don't know how
stealth.
far
What?
I have disadvantage on stealth.
God.
Me too, buddy. Chill.
Yep. Hey, you know what?
Like I said, when it starts, it's going to start. So,
Yeah.
Well, maybe me and I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
Oh, the halfling is
Hawthorne.
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 Nella.
Are you quiet?
She looks at you like,
You do remember we're both halflings, right? Of course
I mean,
I'm quiet.
yeah, but if you're in chainmail, are you in chainmail?
no, she's
What are you
in, Winnie, you look at her and you might not get this, but everyone else would look at her and goes, oh, the rogue. She's the rogue. That's what she does.
So maybe her and I should get into position first and hide closer to Musk before you guys potentially blow our cover.
Well, if I may, we talked about activating iron defenders. Why don't I just sneak up and light the place on fire while you guys are getting the iron defenders, and then you guys just try to get the iron juggernaut to come for you, while he throws the water, which will make it so they're all watching the brooms while I'll throw the fire in, blow them up, signal everything else that's happening. Then all of a sudden the iron juggernaut will come in. You guys make a distraction and make it come towards you with maybe the iron defenders, dive out of the way, and then the iron juggernaut falls through the floor.
Then
The
I
halfling's got a
get to
good
blow
plan.
the crap up.
Why do you...
But, I mean, it sounds like a great plan to me.
Yeah, but I want to make it go blow up. Why does she
But
get to...
Winifred, we need your art... mechanical
I see.
action to get the field defenders started.
Ah.
Artificer news. Oh, fucking big jump, Sam. Give Nine the right word.
All right,
I
Noelle.
give her one alchemist fire, and I'm like, I'm keeping the other two.
Fair enough. Noelia, as you guys are doing this, they maybe caught just a glimpse of you. You have just a minute to talk to, and again, Nimble.
Welcome back to my cave!
I need your help, Nimble.
I like you. You have given gifts to my horde. What can I do for you?
We need you to scout on the warforged for us.
Ah, evil warforged. I shall do more
Yeah.
than scout. I shall fight.
And he takes off into the air and sails out of the building.
Get him, Nimble.
Oh, God.
I think that worked.
And you hear this sound, Corbin, as you walked by, you hear, "Take this, hooligans!" And you hear little yells of this kind of stuff happening. All right, Corbin, what are you doing?
I'm sticking with the plan. I'm going to go shoot this high fashion guy in the
well,
face to get him to fall.
As you walk in, you hear a welcome to High Fashion. Can I interest you in a turtleneck?
I wave at him and shoot him in the face with my crossbow.
High Fashion! And he begins to chase you guys out of the store. All right, you guys start to hear a little bit of a ruckus coming from the south. What are you guys doing?
Time to go.
All right. Who's going first? What's the first action you're doing?
I'll go first. I'm gonna run to the house bracket.
Okay.
Full stealth.
Roll me your
We're trying
stealth.
to be quiet, yeah?
Are you sure you want to run that before the other distractions start?
Wait, I was just gonna try to get there.
Okay.
We were going to create the distraction so you could sneak in there.
Oh, wait,
Easier. I think.
All right,
Pretty sure.
Winnie,
But,
roll your stealth.
It's fine.
Okay.
I have a +5. It's fine.
Did you roll bad?
No, I rolled a 24.
All right.
Yes, Winnie scoots off and jumps
No,
into the hounds of
I pick
Baracus.
another potted plant up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't see me. Just a plant.
All
How
right,
does
so
Hawthorne do? I imagine she makes it as well.
yes, Hawthorne also scurries across. And again, guys, you're watching Winnie and her 24, and this halfling just straight disappears. It's like walking.
All right.
She's using sloth stealth, which means that she's just moving incredibly slow. 3 toes.
You mean Drax stealth?
Sloth. 3 toes. Yes, Drax. I'm incredibly quiet. No, I'm incredibly stealthy. No one can see me.
Did anyone ask her if she had anything to ignite said fire?
You gave her one of the things.
You, get
You have to ignite it.
Eric, nice.
No, you don't.
Break the jar.
It's
Yeah, maybe
can-
if you
can
just
throw
toss it.
Yeah. you can
Yep.
just throw it.
Amarak, what are you doing?
All right. He and
Catches a
The
fist
other
bump,
halfling,
one will be before he does
Hawthorne.
the damn thing.
of course, is Hawthorne going like down around the plaza and like taking the long way over to?
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's actually just so stealthy. She's walking right across the middle.
Okay. Well then he
Not really.
is going
She's going the long way around.
He's going to. Does he see an opportunity to try to make it to Find Visions, or are they all kind of looking?
You at the end of the hall, at the far end of the hallway, you see the Iron Juggernaut turning around. What do you do?
Turning around away or towards me?
Towards you. It was going away at first.
Okay. I am going to chuck that thing towards the direction of Find Visions.
Fantastic. And as you are chucking your water skin, you see Hawthorne chucking the alchemist fire inside of Musk. And you, again, the first time that Fireweave Bazaar started to shake when the Iron Defender came in, it shakes again as the whole room explodes. Glass and stone shattering everywhere. Across the mall, you guys all feel this shake happening. Corvid and Noelia, as you guys are doing that, you actually see those same brooms come out of that closet again and take off like a B train, just like the A train, moving right towards where they were trying to get to. All right. And with that, Allie, or Winnie, when you walk in there, you do see 2 crates with 2 Iron Defenders in it, and you do see their basically the control amulets are on the table. And ooh, hold on, this is way too calm, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta.
Battle music.
We need like some
Super
Mission
battle music.
Impossible music.
Oh, there's sounds of battle and things happening. Oh my god. Oh no.
Yay, violence! Hooray, more fighting!
And so Amarak does that. The brooms come around a corner. They're all over the place. The musk has gone up in fire. And now we get to do some other things here, guys. So now it's just chaos at this point in time. Winnie, what are you doing with the Iron Defenders?
I guess I grab their control amulets and try to get them up, wake up.
Oh,
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine. Let's see
Time
here.
to destroy some things.
All right. I need you to. Yeah, you're able to get them up. What are you telling them to do?
I'm going to explain to them that a big, scary juggernaut is headed this way. And they need to attack him. Get him to come in. I don't know if they can understand all that.
They just said attack big thing. So, yep, and they take off. Where am I at? Halter did this. Winnie's doing that. Bartleby, what are you doing?
As the explosion goes off, Bartleby runs out into the middle of the plaza and levels his crossbow at the Juggernaut, trying to get its attention. And I'm running around the plaza, dodging the Juggernaut, like, dodging out of the fucking way.
Are you straight up Olay this thing? Olay! Olay!
I'm all over that.
Roll me a dex. Or actually, hold on, fucker. Yeah, no, sorry.
Oh no. Oh no. It is.
Oh no.
It's a 1!
Yeah.
Oh
No!
man.
Yeah, twinsies!
You collide headfirst into each other, both falling to the floor.
Love it, Johnny. Love it.
You both eat it.
I don't even know why I play this game anymore.
Buddy. Just,
I imagine that both of us have just turtled. And actually, the dogs are eating both of us right now. The dogs are just...
Why are there dogs?
Oh my god! No, I suck at this game! Oh god, that's bad.
Yeah, buddy, I don't know how to... That's Bartleby.
And that's Johnny Gott's dice. There you go, folks. All right, Corvid.
All right, I'm hoping that my Warforged companion Sprocket has done his part of the deal and is bringing the Warforged to me in the Hall of Illusion. I am marking off. I'm marking off little corners with my chalk that I got that I didn't eat, so I know which way I came from.
Got it.
And
yes.
I am going to start throwing my voice to sound like some of the Warforged I heard.
Oh, well done, sir. Yes. Actually, this is just chaos going on in the Hall of Illusions, because not only do you see about 10 Warforged Raiders in there, but because, if you remember, the images are delayed. So all of a sudden you see 20 Warforged, with 20 Warforged moving back slowly beyond them. Wow, I got a little animated there. I apologize for that. And now all of a sudden you see Corvid-19, 2 of them again delayed. You have Sprocket running around. You have this crazy pseudo-dragon just hooligans and just fucking people up with his little wings.
Get him, Nimble!
Fucking Nimble. Get off my horse, bitch. Fuck you. And so yes, all these things are just swinging swords. Mirrors are breaking left and right, and they miss you, Corvid. You and Sprocket are going to take no damage. Yeah, Noelia, what are you doing?
I kind of want to take a look around Nimble's horde while we're in there.
Yeah,
Really good.
Noelia, you fucking scout.
No!
All right, so yes, you go into Nimble's horde. If you spend your time looking around Nimble's horde, you will find some miscellaneous valuables worth about 25 gold pieces.
Well, I'm not. If there's nothing like super amazing, like what I will do is I will leave that piece of coal that looks like a gem in my eyes for him, and see if and turn to Callie and go, okay, we should go join the fun.
All right, yes, and Callie, you see Callie like pull out a short sword, and she reaches up to your cheeks and takes a little bit of butter off.
Oh.
Let's get him. And she just fucking for Frodo's this shit. She just for Frodo and just charges out into the Hall of Illusions. Amarak. Yes, as you are doing this, now all of a sudden you see the brooms are in just... you've got dogs mauling the Iron Juggernaut and a couple of the other raiders. You have Bartleby and the Iron Juggernaut have both kind of turtled. And they're, oh no, we can't do anything. We're on our backs now, and we're worthless. And the dogs are just mauling both of them. And what are you doing?
What is going around Musk right now?
But there are warforged raiders running around on fire. I'm on fire! Oh, I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
I'm going to book it towards Musk to go try and grab my mace that's on the ground over here.
Wise.
Yes. Actually,
Forgot
one
about
of
that.
yes, and while you're running over, what's your AC?
18.
18. Yes. One of them tries to swing at you as you're picking up your mace. He misses horribly. And we're good to there. All right, Winnie, back to you. You're watching poor Bartleby just get mauled by your dogs, and they're doing the Iron Defender too, but you see both of them just all over the place. It's not good. It's not going well over there.
Okay. I'm gonna. So I still have their command amulets.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them. Just the really big one. Lure him back to me.
And yes, roll me a animal handling check.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could help you with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's a 16. It's not 10.
All right, yes, you see the Iron Defenders start mauling on the Iron Juggernaut, trying to, like, drag it towards you.
How far am I from Musk? From this place?
Musk, you are catty-corner to Musk, so you're about 120 feet away.
I'm gonna, after I tell my command, I'm gonna pull my goggles down, and I'm gonna chuck more alchemist fire into the fire.
Okay. Roll to hit.
What do I use to hit with that?
Oh,
What's that?
just roll me a d20. Come on.
Okay. It's a 14.
Okay. Hold on. Johnny's got to look up motherfucking alchemist fire real quick and how much damage that does. I'm going to assume a dex save from Amarak right now.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there.
It is a 1d4
got in the moment.
fire damage at the start of a turn, just to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Yep. Dex save?
Dex save.
Oh, that's great. That's a grand total of 4.
Amarak is on fire. So, yes, you're on fire, buddy. You've got your mace, but you're actually on fire as well. All right, Bartleby.
Stop, drop, and roll!
Bartleby is going to scramble to his feet, and seeing the Steel Defenders doing their thing, I'll unthing my spear and like jab at the Juggernaut to try and get its attention and start backing towards Hounds of Caracas.
All right. It's going to get up on its feet, and all right, Sammy, high. It's going to attack the Iron Defenders. Low, it's attacking you.
If it attacks one of the Iron Defenders, can I defend with my shield?
Yes, because it is attacking an Iron Defender.
Well, then disadvantage, sir.
Okay, yes, it actually ends up, let me see something here. Oh, it hits and it literally just destroys one of the Iron Defenders. It pierces it to the ground, where it just runs it over with its tank tread, and just like this. But it is chasing you.
Yeah, man, absolutely moving towards Hounds of Caracas.
All right, and then we move back to Amarak.
I'm going to stop, drop, and roll, sir.
Hold on. You are going to take
Yeah.
5 points of fire damage as you're burning.
Yay.
Fine. It'll bust.
Yes, Cam, our KPIs are suffering today. The KPIs are just not there.
Johnny, if he's on fire and he takes 1d4 every round, how did he take 5 damage?
Oh, is it every round? Because this will be his first time taking damage.
Yeah, well, the Alchemist Fire says at the start of their turn, they take 1d4 fire damage, DC 10 dexterity check to put out the flames.
Okay, so at the start of his turn, he took his damage. And now, thanks, Ryan, for because I was just making shit up on the Alchemist Fire. I was like, that sounds about right. You're on fire.
Yep. Can I try to put out the flames then?
Yes.
Is it DC 10? Okay.
You can do it.
Is it a dexterity?
Yes.
What did it say? Yep.
DC 10
So that would be
dexterity.
11.
Ah, you did it.
It stays on forever until it
Stop,
makes
drop,
next
and roll.
All right. Matt, what are you doing? So that was your turn, right?
Yeah, he's just going to... during the chaos, he's just going to start moving back towards... what is the place called again? I'm always forgetting the name of all of these damn shops. Hounds of Baracus. He's going to head that direction.
The Hounds of
Trying to
Baracus. Okay.
Yes.
So we move back to... Where were we? Noelia or Corvid?
Real quick, would the this, what is it, the advertising for the Hounds of Baracus be "I pity the poodle"?
I pity the pool. Yes, something of that nature. Oh, hold on. Wait, I wasn't ready. Say that again.
I pity the poodle.
There you go, folks.
Hey, so, Corvid, now that we have this thing running amok in the hall, beating up all of the warforged minus Sprocket, we're going to start working our way towards the group, fighting the any stragglers that come our way.
Fantastic. Roll to hit.
Yeah, right. I'm going to try and shoot one of them in the face with the crossbow. 22.
That'll hit, sir.
Ooh, for all of 6 damage.
Outstanding. Well, one of the raiders falls. Noelia.
I want to go join it. Well, I don't want to go through the Hall of Mirrors again, so I'd like to go back down the stairs and up the other side.
Nice. And Callie's like, where are you going? We thought we were Frodoing this thing. We're for Frodo.
The other way, Frodoing the thing. I don't trust those mirrors, even though...
Got it. So you and Callie... Callie was about ready to start swinging and just follows you back through the other side of the hallway.
If there was anyone before the mirrors, so we could get them.
Oh, no, they're all in the mirrors now. They're all in the mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay. Hooligans! And the dragons are still... Nimble is just having a good old time inside of the mirrors. All right, so yes, you're going to come out on the other side. And as you come into that hallway, Noelia, you and Callie see Bartleby, like, running and trying to... Got this big tank coming at him as they're approaching the Hounds of Baracus.
I'll Eldritch Blast the tank behind him.
Fantastic shoot.
That's a 16.
16 will... 16 hits.
Oh, I'll take it.
Nice.
This was 13.
Nice. Okay. And we go from Noelia. We come back to Winnie.
Are they headed this way?
Yes,
Yep.
they are moving that way.
Whole lot of us.
All right. Everyone's rushing in. Okay. Can I spin around real quick and see if I can see the weak spot?
Yeah, it's pretty much like you had once you start looking for it, you realize you're looking at the floor like, oh god, I shouldn't have walked on this. This does not look fucking safe at all. you're a little bit concerned even just that you walked across this to get to the Iron Defenders in the first place.
Okay. I'm gonna tuck in and just. Is there anything to grab onto?
No. I mean, you got like store fixtures and Iron Defender leashes and muzzles, and I don't know, kibble, Iron Defender kibble, if that's a thing. It's like a PetSmart.
Nuts and bolts.
Okay, I'm just gonna tuck into the entranceway and get ready to help the floor along with a firebolt.
Nice.
The Juggernaut gets it.
Very nice. All right, Sammy or Bartleby.
So, how far am I away from the store?
You'll be able to get there this turn.
All right. What I'd like to do, perfect world, is I'd like to run through the fucking thing, grab my Winifred on the way past, and get her up on the shoulder, and across the fucking room, and taunt the thing into the room.
Oh, are we straight
over
up?
Your weak floor. I don't give a shit. I'll jump over it. I'm not scared.
Got it. All right. So I need you to roll me. Let's roll me an athletics. This is all very athletic. What you're doing.
Gonna be 17 there, big shoots.
Yeah, you are able to, and then we're going to see this scene right here. As you camera goes into slow motion as Bartleby is with this thing clawing at its back, the Iron Defender digging into its gears and just trying to bite this thing, but it's just chasing you through this. You see Bartleby like run, and he's just like, I'm Bartleby and I'm running fast. And he's grabbing Winnie without even looking at her, spinning her around his back, and she just ends up on his shoulder, and he leaps across the gap. Winnie's like, and the look on Winnie's face, because it shows Bartleby with no emotion, just like jumping, and then the camera passes up to Winnie's face and like and then Bartleby lands on the other side as the Iron Defender slides into the House of Baracus and crashes through the floor upside down, without any help, because the floor was that weak. Bartleby. They fell down with him.
No. Never gonna get a dog.
You're never gonna get a fucking Iron Defender. I'm just kind of like, nope, this isn't.
Unless I take the
unless you trade
class
in
that lets me build
unless you have to trade in Bartleby.
No.
Oh, that's so sad. Bartleby, you're an Iron Defender.
Irreplaceable.
You're an Iron Defender now. That's what you
if
are.
I don't take a level of Moon Druid, bud, don't forget.
He's a transformer. Robot.
Oh my god.
I'll be a robot in disguise.
I bet you won't. I'm about to kill Bartleby because that's what I want to see.
In disguise, it's just like a hat.
Yes. No, with
everything else is exactly the same. Maybe a fake mustache.
No, or glasses. It's just gonna straight up Clark Kent that thing and just
with glasses.
Bartleby with glasses. Because Bartleby in disguise. Da, 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 da. All right, so yes, you've gotten rid of the Iron Defender, guys.
A dog, but not a hat. That's absolutely accurate.
Fact. And with that, guys, the rest of this, yes, you guys are making your way through there. You continue the fight, but everyone working together with the information that you received from the Oracle of War. You actually all make very short work of these. As you look out across the Fireweave Bazaar, because a bunch of walls are knocked down, just things are still roughly on fire. Bartleby, you see Sheer looking at you from the distance with your optics. You're like, oh yes, that is Sheer. And
I raise my hand and wave.
Where are you waving at?
And Sheer actually, he takes his spear and he places it across his chest and then puts it into the air towards you and nods his head. And he turns and walks into the setting sun.
Before he turns, mechanically and without any control from me, reflexively, I return his salute.
Fuck, it was so cool. I loved it. Okay, beautiful.
Oh.
Squeeze. Squeeze when the dungeon master loves it that his players just eat some shit up. I love it. All right, guys.
My arm seems to be malfunctioning.
Yeah, I never seen you do that before. Can I go down on the ground now?
Yeah, you almost stabbed Winnie when you moved your spear like this. You were like,
Yeah.
and he's like, fucking spear.
I'm on your shoulder, like, hell.
I apologize. I don't know what came over me. And he's just kind of like looking after where Sheer left, and he's just processing.
Roll me a perception. Everyone, roll me a perception.
So great, my +1.
In that case. 18.
8.
Also 8.
15.
10.
Okay. 10 or above notices,
I just made it.
notices Callie looking over at Bartleby and wondering. She's just kind of like, wait a minute.
What
And
are
then
you
just,
looking at, sister?
Just a memory. Just a memory.
guys, and we have completed the second episode of the Oracle of War. You move your way back downstairs, and Bartleby and Sprocket begin to collect the Oracle of War and are carrying that between the two of them, with everyone getting there. You've made a friend in Nimble. Nimble bows to you, Noelia, a very graceful dragon bow, and saying,
Noble miss, you have helped me defend my hoard. If ever you should need Nimble again, I don't know if you'll be able to reach me, but if you can, I will help. But only if it means that I'm not far away from my hoard. So I know there's a lot of conditions on this, but I would happily help you as long as it is not too much of an inconvenience to me, and as long as it is not me very far away from my hoard. But should I be needed, I shall be there. Again, as long as it is not an inconvenience.
I'll remember that. And I left you a little something in your hoard.
and he flies
And
away.
you better find it.
And he's just, you see shit just flying everywhere, him looking through all of his stuff, trying to find what you left him. He's like, was it this? No, I've had this forever. I've had this for ages in this. Unfortunately, the mannequin for high fashion did not make it. His shop will now go unattended, and no one will receive high fashion anymore.
A lot there. A lot of moldy stuff.
It's all moldy. It's just bad. As you guys leave Fireweave Bazaar, a gust of wind passes through high fashion, and you see a beautiful hat that was protected from the elements sitting. I'm just messing with Sam. God, that's all I'm doing, folks. I am just messing with Sam.
I want a hat so bad.
I know he wants a hat so bad. I'm just messing with him. This isn't okay what I'm doing.
Play a cowboy game, dude. We don't have a fucking cowboy hat. No.
I'm kidding. There was not an actual cowboy hat that actually was that you just missed.
It was a bonnet.
Yes.
Could I have maybe taken some spare warforged parts with me?
Yes.
Size, Winifred.
Oh, yeah.
Slightly smaller.
I need it to make something I've been working on.
Yes, you are able to salvage some warforged parts, of course. Doing that kind of stuff. Somewhere on. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I would also like to salvage metal, just as much metal as I can get.
All right.
That I
Yeah.
can pack to.
You guys
Speaking
are.
of metal, real quick, Corvid goes up to a Sprocket, slaps him on the back almost as if he's laughing, and says in Sprocket's voice, "This one isn't going to make it out alive."
Sprocket looks at you and goes. And he just looks down at the dagger in his belt, and he's just like, and just continues carrying the Oracle of War. Guys, somewhere on your character sheet, I'd like you to write down a friend indeed. This is a legacy reward that you will get. A friend indeed. And with that, guys, hey, here's an exciting thing we get to do right at the end of the adventure. Everyone level up to level 3.
Yay! So close.
I've already done that.
Me too.
It's like I gave them a heads up that we might be leveling up.
Nah, it's just joke. We've already done this.
Yes, we've already been prepared for level up. It's okay.
The movie magic of show business.
It was just a montage. All right.
Level 2.
All right. So before we
Fail.
round up, if you guys want to talk about the Amarak, what are you working on with your level up?
I get a whole lot of nothing. I just got an extra spell slot, which went to Spirit Guardians, of course, and then an 8. I rolled an 8 in my hit dice.
Nice.
So,
Outstanding. Bartleby, what does Bartleby look like at level 3?
Bartleby gets some pretty cool stuff at level 3. First of all, Daddy rolled a 10 for hit points, so we're up at 32 now. Got them big dog fighter hit points, so I can soak up some heat for the party. We also got to pick our archetype at level 3, and I've played fighter a handful of times, and I usually go battle master, but this time I've decided to go champion. So I'll have improved critical, so I'll have criticals on 19s and 20s now.
Nice. Excellent. And Corvid.
Corvid is taking another level on Cleric, picking a second level spell, which I have not yet decided on. And I also rolled an 8 for my hit dice, so he gets 10 hit points because of his Constitution modifier. No, nothing new yet. Really interesting happening.
Fair enough. Noelia.
Blue gifted me with a book this level.
Oh, a book!
A book of pictures.
Nice.
So I have picked up 3 new cantrips to add to my list, and that's what I'm going into the next section with. Should be some fun.
Outstanding. What cantrips?
Play with some Mind Sliver, Vicious Mockery, and Infestation.
Ooh, Infestation. Don't get to see that one very often. Excited.
I cockroach twice now, so I figure I'm going to do it to some other people.
This is a good one. This is a good. And Winnie. Winnie, stop angry facing. Why are you angry
Sorry,
facing?
I'm thinking. That's my thinking face.
Thinking face.
So, as an artificer, I get a lot of things at level 3.
Okay.
I get to pick my subclass, which I have decided to go artillerist.
Nice.
Which gives me the ability to make magical cannons. Which is why I was taking a bunch of warforged parts. I also get proficiency with woodcarver's tools. And I gain the ability of the right tool for the job, which allows me to make any set of artisan tools during a short or long rest.
Nice.
And I rolled a 6, so let's see. That gives me... Hang on, my D&D feels being slow. 26 hit points for winning. And I also get my artificer spells.
Okay.
And I have shield and thunder wave now.
Nice.
What?
Very nice. Hey, for those of you still watching, it's time to vote for your MVP. Who who did you like watching the most for this episode? Don't worry, you're not hurting anyone's feelings because they get to vote for each other as well. For those of you that this is your first time watching the stream, we vote for our MVP not necessarily for the player who had the most kills, did the most damage. It was the player that just made everybody else that made it so that player had a really great time playing. So we're going to start with Amarak. Amarak, who is your MVP of the session?
I'm giving it to Bartleby for the salute at the end. It was a really nice little role play moment.
That was pretty swell. All right, Bartleby.
I got to go with my girl Winifred for getting the chance to almost get some steel defenders. I thought we were going to get them, babe. I thought we were going to have it.
Soon we're gonna get it.
Someday we'll find them.
Corvid.
I have to give it to Camberly and the use of her pseudo dragon friend.
That.
Sometimes I like it, and I will tell you guys that I was literally just gonna have him like fly around and scout, and I said, "Nah, Nimble would be much cooler if he was just out there fighting." So
just harassing, just flying into people's faces. He doesn't have to do any damage.
And just one of those things of being able to yell out hooligans. I was very excited about.
Be a great shirt.
Hooligans! Hooligans! All right, so Noelia.
Nimble, and but for players, I'm gonna say Winnie for taking our jokes at her expense with that code very well. It's hard when you're on the spot like that, and sometimes you just have those brain farts, and I really respect how you just kept going and you got through it.
Rock on, Winnie. Rock on. And finally, Winnie.
That's so hard. Everyone did so good this time. It's so hard. I'm gonna have to go with Bartleby.
All right, Bartleby.
That cool grab Winnie and jump over the thing. That was awesome.
Pretty badass.
I love
That was so cool.
Guys, I love slow motion camera moments. I love it when you guys give me slow motion camera moments because, by God, I really want the dice to make sure that those things work. All right, guys.
So many Warforged without actually fighting Warforged, guys. Good fucking hustle out there.
That was good. All right, guys. Winnie, you are tonight's MVP. Take a point of inspiration for our next session. And let me take a look here. So, guys, if there's anyone that still needs to vote, please vote. But right now, I've got a vote for Amarak and one for Winnie.
Yo, Matt, that's a great team name. The Nimble Hooligans, buddy.
Right?
The Nimble Hooligans. Nimble Hooligans!
I wanted to be the Butter Brigade. Come on.
Brigade's also pretty good.
Because we like butter. And I would see, again, guys,
like butter.
It is not like butter.
I'm going to try to help you guys because, I mean, the whole moment that I was trying to do with Noelia of Callie, or
that's pretty good.
Buttering up as well, I was like, I'll fucking play along with this whole butter thing. It's okay. All right, guys. Well, hey, continue voting in chat. As a final message to those of you watching, guys, join us. Please join us at Unplugged Games. We'd love to play games with you. So we hope that you enjoy watching us play. But don't forget, if you jump on over into Unplugged Games, we have games going on all the time. And, hey, oddly enough, all of these folks are in a variety of different games on the channel and get a chance to play with all of them.
Please come play with me.
And sometimes you get me as a dungeon master. You'll get maybe Allie. We've got new dungeon masters popping up all the time. Guys, please, please, please join us. Be part of our community. We'd love to have you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed our stream. I hope we appreciate so much that you're here watching us just play a game that we all love very much. As a reminder, go ahead and vote, or make sure that you follow, make sure you subscribe, and guys, make sure that you catch us next week, live Tuesdays, same time, as we move into episode 5, as we get into our next chapter of the Oracle of War, as they're still in the Mournland trying to get back to salvation. Some things may happen there. Guys, thank you all again so much, and we will see you all next week. Don't forget our YouTube channel, Unplugged Games. without the E. It's a 3. Follow us on YouTube for we will be putting this episode up onto our YouTube channel Sundays at 12 p.m. Pacific time is when those stream up so that people can get caught up before our next stream. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Unplugged Games, on Twitter, and Instagram and YouTube. It's all the Unplugged Games with the 3 instead of an E. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And hey, let's...
No joke.
Let's figure out if we want to... Oh, I gotta remember how to raid people.
We did have friendly fire in back-to-back episodes, and Amarak was involved twice.
Poor Amarak. Poor Amarak.
Shot me in the back, and then got shot in the back and goddamn self.
All right, guys. Thanks, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye now, and have a great night.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Good night, guys.
Bye.